And good afternoon, everyone. It is Saturday, February 3rd, and we are live in Pine River at Pine River-Backus High School. Today, it's a boys-girls doubleheader here in basketball. I'm Devin Kruger, and we welcome you to the Station 371 pregame show. Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 right on the highway here in Pine River. Today, the Upsala Cardinals are in town to be taking on the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Devin Kruger here with you. Should be a fun day. Ton of stuff going on today. There is a huge benefit for a member of the community battling with cancer. They had an alumni game this morning. We've got the varsity double dip today. The boys are up first with the Tigers and the Cardinals, with the ladies to follow. Thank you for joining us for our coverage here today. The crowd right now doesn't look like there's a lot of people in the gym, but that's because there's a lot of them in the commons area donating, playing games, feasting on some good food, all to help a community member as they're doing a lot for Autumn Logie today, who has been battling cancer. So just basically it's an event today. It's a all-day event here at PRB Schools. So thank you for joining us as we get ready for today's matchup here on yourliveevent.com. Here in the pregame show, we'll take you through these couple of teams. We will have both head coaches. We'll get you the starting lineups, the tip-off scheduled for 1:30. We might even be a tad early today. The JV boys game was all Upsala here in this one, as the PRB Tigers just struggled on offense, unfortunately for them, as it was the Upsala Cardinals getting a big win, 53-14. Hoping that, of course, we'll have some great competitive games here today. We'll dig into it next as you're listening and watching Pine River-Backus and Upsala. It's the first of a doubleheader today on yourliveevent.com. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great. We welcome you back to the Station 371 pregame show. Devin Kruger here with you as we take a look at our teams coming into today's game. This is a Section 5 matchup for the Upsala Cardinals. They're having a solid season. They are 13-5 overall, 7-1 in section games. They are coming in scoring 65.9 points a game, giving up 55.8. They're coming off a loss on Thursday in a close one to Browerville Eagle Valley. Upsala currently the number 2 seed according to the QRF. It is a QRF seeded section. The MinnesotaScores.net QRF has Upsala second in the East, Browerville Eagle Valley second in the West. Browerville Eagle Valley got the win Thursday, 67-63. This Upsala team, a team that last year finished 10-18. For Pine River-Backus, they've had a tough year, of course. They're coming in 3-14 on the season, 2-5 in section games. So 2 of the 3 wins are within Section 5A. The Tigers averaging 53.6 points a game. They've had trouble on the defensive side, allowing just over 70 points per contest. They've lost 8 straight coming into today. Coach Jordan Ackerman is going to shake up the lineup just a little bit, and the Tigers trying to snap a skid against a really good quality opponent here today. The Tigers coming off a really close loss to Kelly Northholm on Thursday, 69-66, which, of course, was right here on yourliveevent.com. Looking at the history of these 2 clubs, again, PRB had a really nice season last year, going 18-9. The Tigers defeated the Cardinals 72-55 last year. The Tigers, it's kind of an interesting history. These 2 teams are familiar with each other, but they haven't played, every year for years and years. They've played 4 times since the 2018-2019 season, so just a couple of years that they didn't play within that span. The Tigers 4-0 against the Cardinals since 2018-2019. But then prior to that, they did not meet since the 2012-2013 season when Upsala got the win. So technically, Upsala has not defeated Pine River-Backus in over a decade in boys basketball. They may have a decent chance to do that today. Again, really solid team. PRB is going to have to bring their best. They're going to have to find that winning way today against this Cardinals team. When we come back here on the pregame, we're going to hear from our head coaches. As coming up next, we will have first the chat with Tom Ritters, head coach for the Upsala Cardinals. Then we'll chat with Jordan Ackerman, of course, head coach of the PRB Tigers. More coming right up. It's the Station 371 pregame show here on yourliveevent.com.
Economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
And welcome back to our Station 371 pregame show. As now chatting with us is Tom Ritters, head coach for the Upsala Cardinals. Coach, obviously, thanks for a couple minutes as we get an exciting doubleheader here started today.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on today. Came in the benefit going on and JVs and both varsity games and had boys and girls on the bus together on the way up. So it's kind of an interesting day. So we'll take it. Good Saturday.
Definitely a little different than usual. Let's talk about your Upsala Cardinals team. 13-5 coming in. It was a team that won 10 games last year. What's been the key to a bit of a turnaround season, at least thus far, for your team?
I think for us last year was kind of a transition year. We had some seniors that hadn't played a whole lot up until their senior year. And, we had some talent and some younger talent last year that we kind of slowly brought along. Started playing really good basketball at the end of the year last year, won 7 out of our last 10 games, going into playoffs and stuff, and kind of kept the momentum this year. So we have, big thing is we have solid players this year, we have good leaders, and kids that understand their role. So like I said, sometimes the kids get 15, 20 minutes a game, sometimes they get 2 or 3, but they accept their role and realize that if we want to be a good, successful ball club, especially getting toward the end of the year here, that we have to understand what their role in the team is, and it could change on any given night. So.
Execution-wise, so when the Cardinals are clicking out there, what are some of the key things that you see?
We're moving the ball. We're very athletic. Even our posts can shoot the ball and dribble the ball. So I always expect to have 5 guys on the court that can handle the ball at any given time. So if we're attacking the rim and kicking out and, getting shots like that and crashing the boards, that's what we'll see. We struggle sometimes when we kind of, we call it hero basketball. We try and play a little bit of one-on-one. So if we're moving the ball around, swinging the ball around against their defenses, whatever they're doing, we should be all right.
Defensively, you're pretty stout, less than 56 points a game for your opponents. What are the strengths of this Cardinals defense?
We kind of mix it up a little bit. We've started play a lot of aggressive man-to-man. We're pretty aggressive on defense, so and then we kind of have a little hybrid zone that I've kind of developed over the years that you can't really tell our rotations because there's not rotations. The guys just, it's kind of like an amoeba. They just kind of morph into different things, and all 5 guys can play all 5 spots, and so it's tough to scout against because they're not doing the pattern. A lot of teams do high post, the guy comes from underneath and takes the high post. We don't always do that, so kind of mix it up a little bit. And if we're pressuring the ball and rebounding well defensively, that's what you'll see. So yeah, we've had some good success on defense this year.
So as we look at today's matchup, Pine River-Backus got the win last year in your first year, but from the transition from that year to this year, what are the key things that you focused on to try to come in here and get another win in the section?
I think for us, is we always focus on playing our game. We talk about a lot. We scout. I mean, everyone scouts these. You got Huddle and you have YouTube, everything. You don't have to travel anymore to watch a game anymore. It comes to you. But I think we focus on knowing what the opponent's going to do, Pine River's going to do, but also really solidifying what we do and do what we do well. I've always been a coach that wants other teams to adapt to what we do as opposed to changing what we do to adapt to them. So we put tweaks in, we know tendencies, we know they're good players, so it's just kind of one of those things where if we play our game plan, we do pretty well. So
being that we're getting into these final few weeks of the regular season, coaches always want things to get fine-tuned, really be on that roll heading into the playoffs. For your club, Tom, what are some of the key things that you're still kind of tweaking and that you want to see this team continue to improve on?
Yeah, I think for us, the big thing is we talk about playing a full 36 minutes. I think the closest, we do some quirky stat things. I think our closest we've been this year is 29 out of the 36 quality minutes of a game. So we usually break halves down into four and a half minute sections, and we kind of do things like that. For us to play a good, you can't say a perfect 36-minute game in high school basketball. If we can get 30 to 32 minutes of really good basketball, that's a thing. And I think that then us as coaches too, the big thing we're working on is fine-tuning our rotations. Playoff time comes, you play a lot, you try and play as many kids as you can during the season, but once the playoffs comes, you kind of shorten your bench a little bit, and that's kind of the big thing we're doing right now. So.
Coach, excited to be here for this one, of course. Thank you for the time, Tom. Good luck to you and the Cardinals today.
Hey, anytime. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Tom Ritters, head coach for the Upsala Cardinals, joining us as we break away. More on the Station 371 pregame show coming right up here on yourliveevent.com.
Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC. Online at schruppexcavating.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash, open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
We are back on the Station 371 pregame show as joining us now, Jordan Ackerman, head coach for the PRB Tigers. Thrilled to be here. A very busy day here in Pine River with a fun doubleheader with Upsala. You and the guys get to start it off first today, so thanks for some time before tip-off.
Oh, you bet. Glad you're here, Devin.
Let's take a look at this squad. You're 17 games in, which means we're starting that final stretch, and I know it can be tough when you're not putting the wins on the board. Just take us through, Jordan, coming into this Saturday game, going into these last few weeks. What are things looking like for this PRB Tigers boys team?
Yeah, like we talked off air, a couple kids have really stepped up and played well, so I'm going to continue to give them opportunities. Those guys that are earning it in practice and showing it in games and are being tough and showing our core values. So you're going to see that tonight. These guys that are starting the game have been proven that they're able to put the ball in the bucket, are tough, which it's going to take tonight versus Upsala. We need toughness and we need good decisions. So hopefully we can do those things today.
When you're looking at the execution and you've had to kind of continually shake it up, obviously it points to the word consistency, which so many coaches strive for. What are you hoping to see mainly from this starting group and the rotation you're going to go with today?
Yeah, I'll look to see who's playing well, who deserves to stay on the floor. I mean, that's kind of been the tale of the season, is some of those players that are on the bench, they don't know, they might play a minute, they might play 10. Just kind of being flexible with that tonight, especially because, some guys really deserve to be playing and some haven't been showing it in practice. And so tonight I just need to be consistent with who's playing, and when they're on the floor, they need to be consistent with their effort and their execution and making good decisions.
The Tigers have had the upper hand over the last few years over Upsala, and it's usually been a pretty darn well-contested game. Now that you've been at the helm, you kind of know the Cardinals. They're coming in with 13 wins. What do you know about what they bring to the table?
Oh, they're really tough. You can just tell even in this JV game, they're rebounding the ball, they're physical, they pursue the ball, they share the ball, and they're not afraid to put the ball up. And so we got to make sure we're matching their physicality, not shying away from contact, finishing at the rim, boxing out, diving on loose balls, taking charges, and doing those little things that winning teams do, and just building that habit one game at a time.
For the Tigers, regardless of the result, when it comes to the end of the game, what are you hoping to see from your team as a whole?
Yeah, a lot of fight and, like I just said, physicality, like just not shying away from getting in there and mixing it up, because I know Upsala's tough physically. So I want to see them fight physically, not give up if we do happen to get down. And if we do get up, we got to continue to fight too and take advantage of that. And I know they're going to play hard. It's just a matter of, how well can we execute, how well can we limit our turnovers and not allow them to get second chance points.
Coach, thrilled to be here for the doubleheader. Again, the boys get to kick us off today. Excited for it. Thanks for the time, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
I hopefully have a good one for you.
Hopefully. Jordan Ackerman, head coach for the PRB Tigers, as we take a break. More on the Station 371 pregame show right after this here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Beyond the buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
And we are back here for the Station 371 pregame show as the gentlemen are just starting to wrap up. They had both JV games going at one time. I do not know the result of the girls' JV game. They did that in the high school gym here, while the boys' JV was played here in what they call the performance gym. So now, of course, got a great crowd. Upsala, and again, with the boys-girls doubleheader, that's what you get. And obviously there's the event going on here with the fundraising for Autumn Logie. But the bleachers on the other side, pretty full. We expect them to even get more full here as we're nearing tip-off of the boys' game. 13-5 Upsala taking on 3-14 Pine River-Backus as they're getting set. I believe we'll have the national anthem. I heard there was an alumni game, and I know that I was talking to John Reaver, former boys coach. He was running the scoreboard over in the high school gym for the girls' game, the girls' JV game. And so great, of course, to chat with him. And he had mentioned that with the alumni game, it was a lot of fun for him to be able to see a lot of former players, because that's why you do it. You get back together, you get to hang out with some old chums, and then get ready, of course, to go to work here today. So it's Upsala and Pine River-Backus here as we're getting set to wrap up the Station 371 pregame show. This is our only high school coverage here today, but we do have Golden Gopher men's basketball that is on the air right now on Cash 95.9. And then we have big NCAA hoops battles tonight. 3WI AM 1270, FM 96.3 is your Westwood One Sports Radio home. Tonight, we've got Duke versus North Carolina, followed by St. Mary's and Gonzaga. Coverage beginning at 5:15 on 3WI AM 1270, FM 96.3, especially if you're watching this live on yourliveevent.com.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great people.
And we are back here on yourliveevent.com as we wrap up our Station 371 pregame show with the starting lineups. We'll start with the Upsala Cardinals, head coach by Tom Ritters in his second year. They're coming in 13-5 overall, 7-1 in section play. For the Cardinals, they'll start 5'11 senior guard Aiden Warga, 6'2 freshman guard Samuel Laliberte, 6'3 junior guard Jack Primus, 6'4 senior forward Joseph Guthrie, and 6' senior guard Noah Beckerman. For the Upsala Cardinals, it's Warga, Laliberte, Jack Primus, Joseph Guthrie, and Beckerman. For the Upsala Cardinals, that is 3 seniors, a junior, and a freshman for the starting lineup. Now we seem to have some delay before we get into the starting lineups here. Let's give you those for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. For PRB and head coach Jordan Ackerman, the Tigers 3-14 overall, 2-5 in the Section 5A matchups. They'll start junior guard Tate Norman, senior guard Andrew Bukers, sophomore wing Cole Oberfell. Getting his first varsity start today, sophomore center Eli Vanderark, and freshman guard Isaiah Downey. For the Tigers, it's Norman, Bukers, Oberfell, Vanderark, and Downey. So yeah, for the Tigers, 1 senior, 1 junior, 2 sophomores, and a freshman for the starting lineup. The Tigers are without the services of Isaiah Ollie today. He has been one of the stalwarts for the Tigers. And then also another note as we get ready for today's game, Andrew Bukers, the senior guard, one of just 2 seniors on this roster this year. He is 10 points from 1,000 in his career. So we will see if indeed the Tigers get Andrew Bukers over the 1K mark here in this doubleheader. It's the Pine River-Backus Tigers and the Upsala Cardinals as we wrap up the Station 371 pregame show. Again, restock on food, fuel, and bait at Station 371, right on Highway 371 in Pine River. They've got your bait and tackle, quality Centers gasoline. Of course, do not forget your hunting and fishing licenses at Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Of course, following the game, we'll have our post-game report with the notes, numbers, and awards. We'll transition right from Game 1 to Game 2. So fans that are watching here on yourliveevent.com, you will not need to go to a different stream. We'll just keep this one right on a rolling for the matchups here today with the Cardinals and the Tigers. No stats for Pine River-Backus, but for Upsala, they have three double-digit scorers, and a lot of times that you'll see, especially in Class A high school basketball, when you have those leading scorers. Joseph Guthrie, the senior, he's got the team high. He is averaging, I read that wrong. It's Jack Primus. Jack Primus, the junior guard, leads Upsala with 18.2 points per game. Senior Noah Beckerman at 13.6 a game. And then freshman Samuel Laliberte averaging 11 points a game. Aiden Warga at just under 9 a game. And then Joseph Guthrie at just under 7. It's Tate Norman going to jump against Jack Primus as we get set. Upsala in the white jerseys and Pine River-Backus in the blacks. Here we go. Great crowd on hand. Game 1 of our doubleheader is officially underway thanks to Station 371 for sponsoring the pregame show, and the tip is controlled by Pine River-Backus. They go to our right, of course, here. Interested to see what Upsala does defensively, as the coach was saying, how they really kind of mix it up and they play some zones that are hard to recognize. Right now they're starting in man-to-man. On the right side, it's Oberfell looking for Andrew Bucher is cutting to the basket as Oberfell, and the pass is deflected out of bounds. 13 on the shot clock here on the opening possession for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Oberfell set to toss it in. Lobs it in to Buchers. Buchers on the right side being pressured heavily by Upsala. Gets in the paint and puts two on. And the senior Andrew Buchers puts Pine River-Backus up first, as he's now 8 away from 1,000 in his career. Tigers will play a 2-3 zone. A lot of length in this Tiger defense. Upsala to that high post area. Driving down inside is Beckerman. He'll kick it back out to Guthrie. Guthrie with the drive. Tough shot. Counted. And the foul as a quick answer for Joseph Guthrie and the Upsala Cardinals. They're going to get the foul. And Eli Vanderark picks up the personal. So a chance to put the Cardinals in front. Guthrie, the senior, the free throw, nothing but net. And it's 3-2 in favor of the visiting Cardinals. They drop back, no full court pressure from Upsala, at least not yet. Andrew Buchers down the right side, stops at the block, goes in, got it, stripped away, and the Tigers turn it over. Beckerman's going to push it up the left side. Down the middle, nice kick out. Here's Warga, 3, right side corner. This one high off the rim, and it's rebounded by Guthrie. Gives it up and high off the window and in. Jack Primus, leading scorer for Upsala, makes it 5-2. Cardinals again hustle back on the defensive side. Tate Norman, left side on the wing, drives to that free throw line, flips it back to Oberfell. Oberfell over to the left side, lots of time yet to shoot. Vanderark has it. Vanderark to the near side. His hit is loud in this gym. Both crowds definitely fired up for the opener here today in varsity action. Oberfell tried to fight a pass through Laliberte. Here with 5 seconds, it's Buchers. Buchers with the spin. Buchers with the touch, and he puts it down again. 5-4 Upsala. First 2 minutes gone here in the first half. Laliberte dumps it down into the corner to Warga. Warga with the drive. Warga puts it up, and we're going to get a foul. Tigers not moving their feet super well on that defensive stance, as Oberfell gets popped with the personal, his first. Heading to the line for 2, the senior Aiden Warga. 8.8 points a game as the first free throw rolls off. Warga 56% from the free throw line on the year. Try to throw out the stats as best I can. Yeah, second one up and in as Warga gets on the board at 6-4 in favor of the Cardinals. Andrew Buchers will bring it across the timeline. He'll dump it on the left side. That's Norman. Norman looking to drive nicely, cut off by Beckerman. Norman in some trouble. Holding, hands it off to Oberfell. He lobs it up top to Buchers. Shot clock at 18. Here's a long three from Buchers just off the front. Van der Ark battled for the rebound, but lost it to Buchers. Buchers back the other way to the right side. Quick three. This is Primus. Excuse me, that's Jack Primus, and he buries it to make it 9-4 in favor of the Cardinals. Primus just 23% from three-point range, but clearly not afraid to take it. On the other end, here's Isaiah Downey, and the pass to Oberfell out of his reach. I think Downey was actually looking for Norman. Norman cut to the basket, and the pass ended up in no man's land. 15:07 on the clock here, opening half. Girls varsity basketball next in our double dip today. Into the corner. They go to Primus down in the short corner. Lobs it up to Warga. Warga under pressure, gets smacked, and a foul on Andrew Buchers. Tigers getting caught kind of lunging and reaching instead of moving the feet, and they've got 3 fouls here in the first 3:07 of the game. Upsala has yet to commit a foul. On the right side, Laliberti. Both teams with a freshman starter. Here's another three, Primus, and this one off the front of the rim, rebounded by Oberfell. Tigers looked to push, but Upsala got back quickly. Buchers with it. Flips it back to Van der Ark. Left side to Downey on the wing. Heavy pressure with Upsala's defense. Laliberti, he's one that you can tell he's got the quick feet, he's got the speed, he gets right in the Tigers' grill. Here's a drive. This is a shot from Buchers. Went right over the top on the reverse attempt. Now the rebound knocked to the floor, and it's going to go to Upsala. Buchers battling with Guthrie underneath the basket. Buchers had contact with the ball with his foot out of bounds, and so it's awarded to Upsala. Tigers are going to extend now, 3/4 court. Warga to the left side, Beckerman, and he traveled. Pretty easy to see that one as he tried to do a little slide step to get into the lane, and then the extra step before he kicked the pass out to the near side corner. First turnover on the Cardinals. Tigers walk it up the near side. It's Downey being watched by Warga. Into the corner, went off the kneecap of Buchers, and it's taken away by Primus. Third turnover on Pine River-Backus. Primus stops at the top of the key, gives it off to Warga. Warga in the lane, puts up an awkward-looking shot, falls off the front of the rim, and Oberfeld again corrals the rebound for Pine River-Backus. Tate Norman will bring it up the left side. Coach Jordan Ackerman calling out the play. A couple of early buckets, but the Tigers have had some turnovers. Here's a beautiful backdoor cut. Oberfeld counted and one. Great backdoor cut by Oberfeld. The beautiful bouncer from Norman. And Oberfeld gets the and one with the first foul called today on the Cardinals, and it's going to go. See who they gave that to. They haven't put it up on the board just yet. Now they got it. Foul was called on Laliberti. At the line, left-handed shooting, Oberfeld. He drops it down. 3-point play for PRB. It's 9-7 Upsala. 13:25 to go here in this opening half. Beckerman across the stripe, dumps it over to Warga. Tigers extending and trying to put the pressure, and there's a near steal by Norman. Fortunate for Upsala to not have Norman going the other way, and you know he was going to stuff that one down. Here's a quick three. Primus, left side corner, no. Rebound tapped out, and it's going to be collected by Beckerman. Second chance for the Cardinals. Go inside to Guthrie to Primus. Primus, triple team. The right hook shot is in. Primus with 7 of the first 11 for the Upsala Cardinals. Again, leading scorer at just over 18 a game. 11-7. Oberfeld looking into Norman, and we've got a reach, we've got contact, we have a foul coming up against Guthrie. One of our first subs of the game coming in now here, over 5 minutes in, as Upsala will bring in Austin Klein, a 6-foot sophomore guard. And also coming in is Eric Landowski, a 6'3" junior forward. Pretty good length from both of these squads. Tigers have yet to sub. Downey into Norman. Norman with the drive. A little up and under, and he left it short. Rebound pulled down by Landowski. Here's Beckerman pushing it left side to Warga. Dumps it down inside. Landowski cannot finish, and Van der Ark controls the rebound for Pine River-Backus. Tate Norman on the near side over to Downey. Downey driving in. Oh, he had Buchers on the post up, but he didn't give him the look. Now here's the pass, and that one stepping in front is Primus. He comes up with another steal. 4th PRB turnover. Primus at the free throw line. Flips it out to Warga. Into the corner. Here's a shot. This one way off the mark by Klein. The rebound out of bounds, and it was last touched by Andrew Buchers as Upsala will keep it. Devin Kruger here with you on your liveevent.com. Pine River-Backus boys will be on the road at LaPorte on Tuesday. We'll have the girls matchup against 10th-ranked Kelly Northholm here on yourliveevent.com. Here's a quick turnaround and no box out. Warga. Warga throws one up wildly, and now a battle for the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball, and Upsala will keep it again. Well, one thing at Warga, he comes in and he's aggressive and fearless, but he's thrown up a couple of really awkward-looking shots, just forcing it as he gets into the lane. Upsala controls the rebound after the possession arrow. They lob it up into Klein. Right back to Beckerman. Beckerman pulls up from 15 on the baseline and knocks down a pretty flat-angled shot, but it dropped right through, and Upsala back up by 6. Actually, this is their biggest lead now at 13-7. Tate Norman right side on the wing. Looking for Buchers, posting up Primus. Now Norman drives, kicks it to Vander Ark on the left side wing. Vander Ark puts it on the deck to Buchers on the right. Buchers looking to drive, cut off, and a little too much contact as they'll pop the whistle on Eric Landowski on a personal. Each team now with 3 fouls here in half number 1. Isaiah Downey drops it in Norman. Shot clock resets at 20 after the foul in the half court. Buchers will call out a new play. Buchers thought about popping 3, a little give and go. Buchers down underneath. Double team, pulls it up, thought there was contact, no call, Upsala rebounds. I thought that was pretty solid defense. That's one where, one crew might whistle that foul with some body contact. This crew lets that go. And I'm okay with a no call there. Here's Beckerman, nice pass, Primus underneath. He puts it too strong off the window, gets his own rebound on the tip. Back to Beckerman with the drive, goes up and under, past Vander Ark and lays it up and in. 4 points for Beckerman, and it's an 8-point Upsala lead. Coach Jordan Ackerman is going to take a timeout. 10:50 to go here in the first half. It's Upsala leading 15-7 as we break. More right after this on yourliveevent.com.
A wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB Boost.
Devin Kruger back with you here in Pine River on yourliveevent.com. Check out that upcoming broadcast schedule, all that we've got for you here on yourliveevent.com, including the very famous Cross Lake St. Patrick's Day Parade, Saturday, March 16th, the 50th anniversary of the St. Patrick's Day Parade. We will be there live right here on yourliveevent.com. Tate Norman lobs it into Andrew Buchers. PRB still has not subbed as we are just over 7 minutes into the contest. Vander Ark at the top of the key. Looking, drops to Tate Norman at the high post. Fakes the pass, gives it to Oberfell. Oberfell looking for Buchers, cutting the right side. Double pump shot, no. Buchers tips it up. This one rolls off the right. Looked like he had a great look at the tip. Upsala rebounds. Primus brings it up. Pine River-Backus switching it up. They're going man-to-man. Primus gets around Oberfell, left it short. Oberfell rebounds. Buchers pushes it up. Upsala retreats back. And Buchers bounced it too high. It rolled right off his hands. Pine River-Backus turns it over. Here's Beckerman down around Norman. Puts it up and in. It's an 8-0 run for the Upsala Cardinals, and the lead is double figures as we hit the 10-minute mark here in the first half. It's 17-7 in favor of the visiting Cards. Looking for their 14th win. Here's Norman inside, rolls it right off the right side. Here's Buchers, offensive rebound and the putback. Buchers with 6 stops the 10-0 run. Make that 8-0 run. And it's 17-9. On the other side, here comes Upsala now against a man-to-man. They go Outside to Klein with a little give and go inside to Landowski. Now Primus, step back three, and he hits. Primus is in double figures. He's got 10. It's 20-9 in favor of Upsala. And Pine River-Backus 4-0 in this series since the 18-19 season. They didn't play for 6 years. Upsala won the matchup in 2012-2013. Here's a great feed. Cut down the lane. Tate Norman gets his first bucket, and a nice answer there for the Tigers. Tigers got to find a way to stop Upsala. Upsala scored on several possessions in a row, especially counting a lot of offensive rebounds. Now Primus feeling it, wants another, has another. And the lead pushed to a dozen as Jack Primus heating up, the junior guard, with 13 here in the first half. 8:35 to go, and a pass too far in front of Buchers. That's starting to be a factor as well. Pine River-Backus 6 turnovers in the first half. 1 on Upsala. Here's Klein from just inside the arc. That one off well short. And Upsala with not 1 but 2 great saves. Here's Primus driving, finishing again. 25-11. And Pine River-Backus' Iron 5 have been on the floor the entire first half. Norman looking for Oberfell. That an ill-advised pass. It's saved by Downey momentarily. Buchers on the right side wing. There's the cutter by Oberfell. Oberfell, the kick out. Norman spots, wants 3. This one a shade long off that left side, and going up for the rebound is Guthrie. Here comes Upsala quickly into the half court. Beckerman with the drive, the kick. Landowski right side, off the window and in. Coach Ritter's loving the ball movement on a beautiful pass inside by Beckerman, and it's 27-11. Upsala looking to pull away in this first half if the Tigers can't find a way to stop. Here's Buchers inside with contact off the mark. And here comes Upsala again. Coach Ackerman pleading his case that there's an awful lot of contact down there inside. We've seen him let that play a little bit. Here's Beckerman. Beckerman with a drive, a little baby hook shot. He gets the roll. Beckerman has 8. It's 29-11 in favor of the Upsala Cardinals. 7 minutes to go in the first half. And Pine River-Backus finally sends their first sub in. And they don't go in with an Iron 5 is not a bad thing, but Coach Ackerman just talking about certain guys being able to stay on the court. And there's a turnover again by Pine River-Backus. On the other side, Laliberte. They go up. Primus, long 3 on the way. This one well short, right into the hands of Isaiah Downey. And now Coach Jordan Ackerman says, slow up. It was 9-7 at one point. 20-4 the run currently for the Upsala Cardinals. Here's the drive by Norman. He has it taken away. Coach Ritter's liking the defensive effort by the Cards. 6:15 to go. Here's Klein. Drives, drops it down to Laliberte. Gives it back up to Primus. Pine River-Backus right back into the 2-3. Now here's Klein. Quick trigger 3, left side, splashes it in. 32-11. The lead is 21 and a timeout. Pine River-Backus. 32-11, Upsala on top. 6:02 to go in the first half. We have a break in the action. More after this. You're watching PRB Sports on yourliveevent.com.
Sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
Devin Kruger back with you. Pine River-Backus has used both of their 30-second timeouts as Upsala absolutely cruising here in this first half. Team coming in averaging 65.9 a game. They've already got 32 on the board here at the 6:02 mark. Hitting from outside, they've knocked down 4 threes. Getting drives, they've been hit from mid-range. Upsala's looking really crisp and really strong here. Pine River-Backus has struggled offensively. They have 8 turnovers as Tate Norman with the drive, and Norman goes right down the middle of the lane using that tall frame to rise up over the shorter Beckerman and gets Pine River-Backus a badly needed bucket after 12 straight points. for Upsala. Here's a drive. Lalaberti, the freshman, he left that one short. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. It was last touched by a new player coming in for Upsala after the break, 6'3" junior forward, Bo Ripplinger, and he tapped that one out of bounds. Tigers had their first sub come in. Junior guard Talon Villeneuve checked in for the first time today. Buchers, Norman, Oberfeld, Downey all stayed on as Villeneuve replaced Vander Ark. Here's Oberfeld, quick three, left side wing, high off the rim. That rebound battled for, saved, but into the hands of Guthrie. Guthrie down the right side, and he carried it over. He thought he had Warga following him and just kind of got held up. That's only the second turnover on Upsala here in the first half compared to the 8 against Pine River-Backus. Rebounding edge right now, 14-8 in favor of Upsala, and they've got 6 offensive rebounds. Cole Oberfeld, left side, dropping it down to Buchers. Buchers turning, driving baseline, gets a little, now they're going to call an offensive foul. Buchers drove in, and I saw it. He extended his arm, and they're going to get him for the offensive foul. That'll be the 9th turnover. Buchers is asking about the call and questioning it, but I got to say I had a pretty good view of it, and he extended the arm, and that's what the official saw, and that's when the whistle blew. So his second personal. Upsala, Joseph Guthrie, pump fake, looking, blocked up, turns, spins, kicks it out to Warga. PRB looking to get much more physical defensively. Warga drives, gets stopped by Buchers, gets blocked by Norman. Back-to-back blocks as PRB comes back the other way. Buchers with the stutter goes in, and we're going to get a blocking foul as he took it right down into Ripplinger. And Bo Ripplinger picks up the personal. That's one of those where Buchers initiated the contact, but Ripplinger was not in a position to take the offensive foul as Buchers playing a little fired up, especially after that offensive foul on the last trip down. And now they are going to say shooting foul because if it was obviously it was on the floor, they would have had him inbounding, but it is 2 shots for Buchers at the charity stripe. First one is up and in. Jack Primus returns for Upsala, replacing Beckerman. Buchers down to 3 points needed for 1,000 in his career. Coach Ackerman said they'd take a timeout, but he's already had to spend 2 of them. So I wonder if he still will. 2 points away from 1,000 for Andrew Buchers. He's got 8 today. Pine River-Backus back into the 2-3 zone. Warga on the right side. Tigers trying to get more aggressive in the 2-3. Primus, left side wing. Oberfeld closed out on him. Long rebound, and it's going to be tracked down by Villeneuve. He'll give it out to Buchers. 4:13 to play in the first half. 32-15 in favor of Upsala. Norman at the top, looking to drive, looking to dump it down. It was tipped. It's out of bounds. Last touch by the Cardinals. Looks like they are actively trying to get Buchers to 1,000. Sometimes you'll do that so you can have your little celebration, forget it, and get back to the things that you're really focused on. Right now, of course, with Upsala up big, Tigers need to just find, again, they need to find some rhythm on offense. They got to get some stops defensively somehow. Tate Norman, left side, thought about 3, looking to drive. He pulls up at the free throw line. It's off the left side, and the rebound to Guthrie, Joseph Guthrie, as Jack Primus brings it over. He's going to drop it down to Lalaberti. Upsala has moved the ball very well against the 2-3 zone thus far. Warga, left side, high post. There's the kick. Lalaberti, 3 from the right side corner, knocks it down. Warga on the assist. 35-15 as Upsala drains its 5th 3 of the first half. Here's Tate Norman on the right side. Looking for the cutter, not there, drops it, looks for Oberfeld. Primus knocked it away, his 3rd steal. Primus down the middle, kicks it out, and he was fouled by Villeneuve. It was on the floor, so it's a pass. The foul is going to be on Villeneuve, his first, team's 5th. As Beckerman checks back in, he'll check in for Lalaberti. And Upsala 10-18 last year, but coming into today 13-5. Reversal of fortune for Pine River-Backus, 18-9 last year. With the crew that graduated, they knew they'd be a lot younger. They knew they might struggle this year. I don't know if they anticipated just 3 wins at this point, but that's how the season has gone, and they're trying to find ways to pick it up. So far, PRB has only played 6 players in this first half. We're down to 3 minutes. Primus with the drive. Primus flips it out. Beckerman, he traveled. Took the step before putting the ball on the floor. So the whistle blows, and he's whistled for the travel. The third turnover on the Tigers, or excuse me, on the Cardinals. Tigers have committed 10 here in this first half. 2:50 to play in the first half. Buchers zips it into the corner to Downey. They reverse it all the way to the near side to Vilno. Warga right on him. At the top to Norman. Norman surveying that defense, crosses over, flips it back over to Downey. Downey, a freshman starter for the Tigers. Little fadeaway on the baseline, left short on the side of the rim. And the rebound to Beckerman. Beckerman stops right at the edge of the Tiger logo. He'll drop it by Primus. Good job by Primus to come get it. They work it down into the corner. It's Guthrie. Guthrie to Primus in the lane. Quick shot. It's off the left side. We're going to have a foul on the rebound, and I think it's going to go against Ripplinger, and it is. I felt Ripplinger was backing in and displacing. Yep, they're going to call him for basically the displacement for on the Tigers on the rebound. Klein and Landowski return for Upsala as Ripplinger and Wargo will take a seat. 2:14 to play, first half, game one of our double dip today here in Pine River. Andrew Buchers will bring the ball up. Here's the double screen. Good switch by Upsala. Here's a long three by Downey, and the Tigers have their first from downtown. The freshman, Isaiah Downey, checks one in. 35-18 here in the first half. Tigers could really use a nice little run here at the end of the first half. Here's a quick turn at the elbow. That one shot off the mark. Norman battling with Beckerman, and they're going to have Norman contact with the ball, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be awarded to Upsala. Good hustle by Beckerman there off the miss. Beckerman going to inbound it, tosses it into Klein. Klein stops, back to Beckerman in the lane. Beckerman got by Downey, puts it up, left it off the right side. And there's nope. They're going to get a foul on the rebound. They'll call this one on Landowski. That'll be team foul number 6 for Upsala. That is his second personal. And Lalaberti is going to quickly hop off the bench. He'll replace Landowski for the Cardinals. 1:36 to go here in half number 1. (35-18), a 20-4 run. Actually, it ended up being 22-4 run for Upsala. The big difference here in the first half. Tate Norman on the right side, into the corner for Downey. Downey dribbles high post, Vilno. Vilno into Buchers, right through his hands, and we're going to get a foul. And again, they're going to say for the foul is because Beckerman. Now, Coach Ackerman said in the pregame that Upsala is a very physical team. A very physical team, and we've seen it. We've seen a couple of fouls now here in the last minute where Upsala has been popped for a foul for using that waist and kind of extra shoves to get guys out of a spot. Buchers at the free throw line, misses the first, and Upsala rebounds. He missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Pine River-Backus back to person per first. So here's Primus, and he gets rejected, but a foul on Tate Norman. Tate thought he got it clean, and they were simply calling it out of bounds. It looked like there was quite a bit of arm-to-arm contact on that for my take, as Norman picks up his first, and he's going to put Jack Primus at the line for 2. 6th team foul for the Tigers, as Primus actually has really struggled, only 34% from the free throw line. And, of course, he hits the first. You can't even give the announcer jinx in the opposite direction for that. I said it after the shot. Eli Vander Ark returns for Pine River-Backus. Second one rolls off the left side. Nice rebound there by Buchers. 1:05 to go here in this first half. 36-18 in favor of the visiting Upsala Cardinals. Looking for win number 14 on the year. Vilno on the left side. Buchers pump fakes the 3. Buchers in the lane. Goes up. Spins traveled. Buchers trying to get that bucket for 1,000. The crowd knowing it, anticipating it, but he forced the issue on that time and turned it over to Upsala. 44 seconds. On the right side is Austin Klein, and it got, nope, they're going to say, one official said backcourt violation. The other one is saying that it was tipped. To be fair, I didn't see it cleanly, whether a Tiger got a hand on it or not. They'll call it tipped, and Upsala keeps the basketball. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Laliberti, and he passes it, intercepted, knocked away by Vilno. Vilno to Downey. Downey pulls up. It's in and out. Tigers couldn't buy a good transition bucket there. Rebounded by Beckerman. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock about 3-second differential. Laliberti left side with the drive. Boy, Bucher's reached in. He almost got whistled for number 3. I think he's frustrated out there. Here's a drive. Here's Primus. And an easy little kiss off the window as Upsala is up by 20. Here's Bucher's from half court for 1,000. Got it! Well, that's one way to get 1,000 points for your career. Andrew Bucher's from just over half court launches it and makes it to end of the first half. And they will celebrate the senior, Andrew Bucher's, with 1,000 points in his career. They're going to give him a little silver ball. And that'll send us to the half with Upsala leading the Pine River-Backus Tigers 38-21. Well, the celebration might be a little short-lived because for the Tigers, they've got to find a way to slow down the Cards defensively in the second half, or it might go a little sour for the first half of this doubleheader. We take a break. We've got the halftime report coming up. It's Upsala 38, Pine River-Backus 21 on the boys' side of things in our doubleheader today on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash. Open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
College goes far beyond the buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Here in beautiful.
And we welcome you back. Devin Kruger here with you on yourliveevent.com as the Upsala Cardinals have the lead 38-21 over the Pine River-Backus Tigers here for our boys battle. The girls will be coming up next. But right now they got some youngsters that are going to showcase some skills out on the court. Here as, again, the girls matchup will be coming up next here on yourliveevent.com. The Upsala boys, a big first half run, putting them up here pretty dang big here at the first half. It could have been a little worse. Andrew Buchers eclipsing 1,000 career points with a half-court three to end the first half, giving PRB a nice little momentum boost heading into the locker room. It started off pretty close. Upsala coming in 13-5. Pine River-Backus 3-14 on the season. And PRB kind of held them in check. Got a couple of nice quick buckets from Buchers. Upsala was able to answer. Got the lead at 9-4. Pine River-Backus got a nice three-point play. Got it to 9-7. And when you're looking at 9-7, you're thinking, all right, can they continue to get a stop here and there, or at least offensively kind of match what Upsala was doing? Unfortunately for Tigers fans out there, that answer was no. Upsala scored the next 8 in a row and got the lead into double figures at 17-7. Pine River-Backus scored 2 of the next 3 baskets, but then it was a 12-0 run put together by Upsala. All in all, 22-4 ended up being the run. 32-11. That was with just over 6 minutes to go in the first half. Pine River-Backus closed the gap a little bit, but that lead as high as 21 in the first half. And here at the break, it's 38-21 with Pine River-Backus trailing by 17 points. Of course, a congratulations to senior Andrew Buchers joining the 1,000 point club. We were told too that not only that, but he's a part of their 10,000 shot club. You talk about work and what you see on the floor, the work in the offseason. Some coaches, and really it's not too hard to believe, even more important. And I guess he did like a 10,000 shot club over the summer to help prepare for his senior season. So a big congratulations to him. So the first half, Upsala, physical, aggressive defense. Pine River-Backus had some trouble with it. There was a little bit of frustration. The Tigers, they've got some long guys. They don't have a whole lot of thick guys, but they don't have. They don't have. I mean, I've seen them before. They have some trouble if teams are really physical with them, and it's you have officiating crews. Some of them call it tighter than others. That's just how it goes. And this is an Upsala team that they're right in your face. They're going to give you the bumps. There were a couple of calls late in the first half where they did call the Upsala Cardinals for kind of moving and displacing somebody with their hips. But sometimes you can get away with that, and I think they may have for a little bit of the first half. And it's nothing bad. It's just that's how the game of basketball goes sometimes. So Upsala used that to their advantage, got some turnovers, got really hot on offense for a little bit, knocked down 5 from beyond the arc, and built this 38-21 lead. When we come back here on the halftime report, we're going to go through the first half numbers as it's Upsala 38, Pine River-Backus 21 here on yourliveevent.com.
We get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
We are back here at halftime as the Upsala Cardinals have the lead 38-21 over the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Let's take a look at the first half numbers. Team-wise, turnovers, Pine River-Backus committing 11 in the first half compared to just 4 for Upsala. The rebounding edge to the Cardinals, 19-12 overall, 7-2 on the offensive glass. The Cardinals on top of the Tigers. From the free throw line, 3 of 5 for Upsala, 3 of 4 for Pine River-Backus. Individually, for the Tigers, Andrew Bucher's leading with 11 points. Again, that end of the half 3 put him over 1,000 for his career. 4 points for Tate Norman, 3 for Cole Oberfeld, and 3 for Isaiah Downey. Bucher's and Downey the only 3-point makes in the first half for the Tigers. For Upsala, Jack Primus averaging just over 18 a game. He got there in the first half. 18 in the first half for the junior guard. He also has 3 steals. 8 for Noah Beckerman. He's got a couple of steals as well. 3 apiece for Samuel Laliberty, Austin Klein off the bench, and then Joseph Guthrie. 2 points for Eric Landowski, and 1 point for Aiden Warga. That's your first half numbers for today's matchup. Again, game 1 of our doubleheader here today on yourliveevent.com. We'll break with the second half. Gets underway next on yourliveevent.com.
Trusted news, weather, and sports from your community. Look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash, open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Welcome back to PRB High School. Devin Kruger here with you for yourliveevent.com. 38-21, Upsala in front as we get ready for the second half. Pine River-Backus will have the basketball. They'll go to our left. Well, for PRB, Upsala had some pretty good shooting in that first half. Pine River-Backus allowed a lot of open looks. If they can close those down, they started to move a little faster, jump out at them a little bit more on the defensive end. They're going to have to do that. They cannot turn the ball over 10 times in the second half. See if the Tigers have a comeback in them here today. on the home floor against Upsala. Tate Norman, Andrew Buchers, Eli Vanderark, Isaiah Downey, Cole Oberfeld. Starting 5 on the floor. We haven't seen, as Coach Ritters said for Upsala, we haven't seen him go away from the man-to-man. They feel that's successful. Here's Oberfeld, and he goes in the lane, challenges, gets the rebound, gets the and one after the follow. Cole Oberfeld took it right to the teeth of the defense, got his own rebound, puts it back up and in for a possible and one. The foul was called on Beckerman, his second. Oberfeld's free throw off to the left, and they're going to have a foul on the rebound called on Vanderark. That'll be his second. So it's 38-23 out of the gate here for the second half. Tigers will start in their 2-3 zone. They're kind of creeping up. You don't want to creep up too much. Leave that baseline wide open. Warga over to Joseph Guthrie. Primus with the little step back at the baseline, and he connects. You know, the interesting thing is a lot of times as a coach, that little step back 12 to 15-foot mid-ranger, you're just kind of like, you know what? Go ahead. Hit it. We'll let you take that shot every time. Well, it works if they're not all going in, but Primus has been pretty lights out today. Here's Isaiah Downey with the turn and flip. That one off the mark, off the back iron. Primus with the rebound. He's pushing it. He's going to flip it back to Lalaberti. Lalaberti lobs it up. It's Beckerman. Extra pass. Warga wants 3. Left side. Got it. First field goal for Aiden Warga. Very good passing by the Upsala Cardinals. They quickly answer and push the lead back to 20. Here's Oberfeld again with the drive. Got the whistle and got the bucket again. Well, clearly the idea for Pine River-Backus is attack, attack, attack. Oberfeld taking that to heart. He's got another and one opportunity here early in the second half. 43-25, man. In and out on the rebound. Primus rebounds for Upsala. So unfortunately for the Tigers fans, Oberfeld has missed on both and ones. Warga to the right side. With the Tigers trying to get more aggressive in the 2-3, that problem is you leave some things open like that. Buchers tried to get out there on Guthrie, and he made a nice little step around and finish. That's the first bucket tonight. Oh, excuse me, that's the wrong Guthrie. That's the 5 on the day for Joseph Guthrie. I was looking at Nicholas, his brother, who has not been in the game yet. Cole Oberfeld with a pass fake, lobs it down into the corner to Norman. Buchers coming across the lane, double teamed. Oh, they got Vanderark wide open on the weak side. Puts it down, gets blocked by Primus. Great timing by Primus on the block against the much taller Vanderark. Here's Warga, right side, wants another 3. This one around and out, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound. It's going to be on Guthrie as he was into the backside of Vanderark. That's going to be number 3 on Joseph Guthrie. He's going to go take a seat as Landowski checks in. Just over 2 gone here in half number 2. 45-25. Upsala by 20. Downey to Buchers. Buchers picks up the dribble. Now here comes Warga. Lots of pressure. They give it to Oberfeld. Oberfeld back to Buchers. Shot clock at 17. They flip it back. Oberfeld, quick trigger on the 3. Back rim, no. On the rebound is Norman. Coach Ritters wanted a push on Norman. Didn't get that call. Second chance. Here's the pull-up at the free throw line by Downey. Left it short, and the rebound to Primus again. Excuse me, that's Lalaberti. He'll flip it back to Primus. Left side, Beckerman. Pump fake, and he traveled again. First turnover of the second half committed by the Upsala Cardinals. 3:40 gone here in half number 2. Girls matchup coming up next. Pine River-Backus girls, I found out, won by about 35. Don't have an exact score, but Upsala boys won handily before this one. Here's Oberfeld with a turn. The leaner too high off the glass. And Upsala rebounds as Primus pulls down another one. Zips it left side. Beckerman wide open 3 in the corner, and he got it. Beckerman's first from downtown and the biggest lead of the day so far for the Upsala Cardinals. They lead at 48-25. Looking for their first win against Pine River-Backus since 2012-2013. However, They didn't play for 6 years after that Upsala win. PRB 4-0 against the Cards as there's a near steal. Primus was anticipating that pass on the wing. 4 meetings since the 18-19 season. PRB has won all of them, including last year's 56, make that 72-55 victory. Isaiah Downey looking for Vanderark, then stepping in front is Landowski. Landowski gets the steal. Tigers first over. Primus drives, and Primus rises high to lay it up and in. He's got 22. And Upsala has doubled down the Tigers here, 50-25. Just about 4 minutes gone here in the second half. Devin Kruger here with you on yourliveevent.com. Here's Buchers, a spin, kicks it out to Norman, traveled. Vilna will come in for Vanderark. Upsala's going to come back the other way. They've got Klein back into the contest. Passes across the timeline. Tigers have switched it up now. They're in a 1-3-1. Here's a corner three. Front iron, no. Warga offensive rebound. Got blocked by Norman, and it went off of Upsala. Norman gets another nice block for the Tigers. 50-25. Pine River-Backus basketball. Coach Ackerman talked about effort. Talked about the willingness to fight and battle, and now Warga tries to slap it out of the hands of Downey on the far side, and the senior Aiden Warga will get hit with his first foul. Coach Ritter's talking to his team. Ritter's in his second year as head coach for the Upsala Cardinals. Ritter's talking about solid defense and not reaching. Sometimes you get a big lead, you kind of take some more of those chances, especially if you feel you have a big upper hand. Here's a drive by Vilno. Kicks it. Norman, corner, three. Bingo! Nice feed by Talon Vilno. 50-28 as Norman knocks down his first from beyond the arc today. He's got 7. On the other end, Primus drives, and he traveled on the baseline looking for a kickout pass, and Coach Ritter's not real happy as Upsala's gotten a little sloppy on the last few possessions. Second turnover this half, 6th of the game. And even with a big lead, I can see it. You don't want to develop bad habits. Pine River-Backus isn't going anywhere. They're continuing to battle. They're running things as clean as they can. They've cleaned up the turnovers so far here, at least it's up to this point of the second half. And for Upsala, you don't want to, you're in a position you don't want the Tigers to start sensing momentum and a comeback, and there's a late charge, and Coach Ritter's unhappy as Landowski picks up his third. That is already 5 team fouls on Upsala here in the second half. Ripplinger and Lalaberti will check back in for Upsala. 12:39 to go. Lots of time left on the clock. 50-28. Upsala still with a big lead. Inbounds goes to Buchers. Shot clock at 15. Downey looking for Norman. Passes a little behind him. Norman, after a little bobble, gives it out to Oberfell. Shot clock at 9. Oberfell with the drive traveled. That time, Beckerman did a good job moving his feet and kind of sliding back as Oberfell tried to initiate and get into some contact, and it caused the travel. Third of the half committed against Pine River-Backus. Committed by Pine River-Backus, I should say. Into the corner. Primus double-teamed. PRB in a 1-3-1. Beckerman looking. Here's Primus with the alley-oop. Missed it short. Got his own rebound. Goes back up. Got contact. Count the shot and one. Missed on the alley-oop attempt. The foul is going to be on Tate Norman, his second. Primus with a chance for the three-point play. Primus 1 for 2 from the free throw line so far today. Free throw up, short. Rebound, and Beckerman going to out-hustle the Tigers for it. They get it back up top, Primus, and now here's a steal. Cole Oberfell with the steal, goes up, left side, got it. Oberfell cashes it in on the other end. He's got 9, 6 of them this half, 52-30, and that's a good indication there, again, especially with a young team for Pine River-Backus. Even though this season is a struggle, as here's a 3 hit on the other end by Lalaberti. Quick answer there, back to a 25-point lead, 55-30. But for a young Pine River-Backus team, they need to get better. And there's a nice little pump fake and a duck underneath move by Tate Norman. Makes it 55-32 with 11:20 to go here in the second half. Tigers in a 1-3-1, 2 seniors on the team. Bucher's the only senior that's seen floor time. Here's Beckerman, another boy. That is a very low arcing shot. No lift really at all, just a flat shot. But boy, it's a nice little stroke. He knocks down his second triple. 58-32, Oberfeld for the answer off the front of the iron. And the rebound to Upsala. Upsala continuing to move the ball quickly, and looks like they've kind of gotten their focus back from the first half. Last few offensive possessions after the Oberfeld interception, they've hit. Here's another three. This one high off a couple of bounces, and Oberfeld gets the rebound, and we're going to have a timeout. That's only the third rebound of this half for Pine River-Backus. With 10:36 to go here in the second half, it is Upsala 58, Pine River-Backus 32. More after this. You're watching live basketball on yourliveevent.com.
Beyond the buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
10:36 to go, second half. Devin Kruger with you on yourliveevent.com. You can check out yourliveevent.com for the full upcoming broadcast schedule. Back in here Tuesday as the girls take on 10th-ranked Northome Kellier. Here's Tate Norman driving down the spinner in the lane, left short. I like how the Tigers have attacked the lane in the second half. They've hit on a couple, they've missed on a couple. Lalaberti to Beckerman. Nice drop pass. Klein, right side wing, three in and out. And the rebound, boy, the Tigers did not box out at all. Beckerman with an easy putback in traffic for the Upsala Cardinals. It's one of those, I think, as a coach, it'll drive you absolutely bonkers. Here's Isaiah Downey. Quick three on the other side. Off the mark. Rebound tap. Goes off the foot of Buchers. And Beckerman hustling, but he's out of bounds. Coach Rittersville loves the hustle. PRB will inbound underneath. 17 to shoot. Upsala has ballooned this lead now to 28 at 60-32. Vilno inbounding, looking in for Buchers, and there's Beckerman again. Warga's going to check in for Upsala. He's going to replace Klein. Upsala's played 8 deep here in this contest tonight. Coach Jordan Ackerman has gone just 6 deep for the Tigers. On the inbounds, Buchers, there's Beckerman again. Snuck in front, got his third steal. Pine River-Backus' 4th turnover this half, 15th in the game. That's compared to 7. Here's Warga. He's got an open look. Good seal screen by Ripplinger. Ripplinger sealed Vilno so he couldn't get out to the corner, and it left a wide open three for Warga. His second of the game, 63-32. It's a 31-point advantage for the visiting Cardinals. Upsala looking for win number 14 on the year. They'd go to 8-1 in the section with the victory. Pine River-Backus now near miracle comeback status, and there's another great play by Primus. Primus with the steal. Warga sets, fires. This one short, and we have a foul on the rebound. Isaiah Downey didn't like the call. They're going to say on the follow-through he had the contact. Was it after the shot, or is it they're going to get Downey, and they're going to say a push after the shot. So it's going to be an offensive rebound as Eli Vanderar comes in for the PRB Tigers. And now we see the other senior on the roster, Ethan Burns, checks in for the first time as Oberfell and Downey head to the sideline. So with the foul after the shot, no free throws awarded. Upsala simply gets to inbound on the far sideline. Pine River-Backus back to a 2-3 zone defensively. They did a 1-3-1 for a little bit. Primus driving down, going to take it up, and he's going to get a trip to the foul line as there was some contact with the head. Was it Buchers or was it Vander Ark? It's going to be on Buchers. That'll be his third. Primus 1 for 3 at the free throw line tonight. He had 18 in the first half. He's up to 24, and he misses the first of it. 9:01 on the clock here in the second half. Second one is on the way, and this one rolls off the front of the rim. Buchers had the rebound, and we're going to get a technical foul on Andrew Buchers. Andrew Buchers just issued a technical foul as he had the rebound. It got taken away by Beckerman. Buchers clearly thought he was fouled. Expressed his displeasure, gets hit with his second personal as Beckerman is at the free throw line. He connects on the first. And then Andrew Buchers went straight to the bench and just asked coach, said, hey, just take me out. He's clearly frustrated, and he has to take a seat on the bench. And so coming back in is Cole Oberfeld. So Noah Beckerman hits both foul shots. He had 8 in the first half. He's got 10 in the second half. He has 18 for Upsala. And Upsala up 65-32. Here's Warga. Turnaround in the lane. No. Vander Ark goes up and collects the rebound for the PRB Tigers. Upsala in the midst of a 10-0 run. Norman to Oberfeld. Top of the key. Oberfeld drives, goes up. A wild shot with all sorts of traffic. And Upsala easily grabs the rebound. Primus into the corner. Laliberti for 3. This one short off the left side, and the rebound to Ethan Burns. 14-7, the rebounding edge here, and now there's a drive and a finish by Tate Norman. He's got 7 this half, 11 for the game. 65-34 with 8:10 to go. Norman just about with a steal. Step up for 3, in and out. Vander Ark with another rebound for the Tigers as Primus missed from outside. Oberfeld cut off by Primus. Up top to Norman. Norman wants to drive. Here's the spin, the shot. He got another. Back-to-back buckets for Tate Norman. And again, the Tigers team showing some resiliency here and not backing down. Coach Ritters is going to take a 30-second timeout here. We'll do the same. 7:45 to go in the second half. Upsala still up big, 65-36. We'll be back with more after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Devin Kruger back with you. Boys matchup first. Girls matchup coming up next. This varsity doubleheader had an alumni game early on, a big benefit going on for one of the community members here in Pine River. A lot of folks coming out to check out some basketball action. Right now, the Upsala boys look to be on their way to win number 14 of the year. They lead 65-36. Upsala basketball out of the timeout. And here's Jack Primus. He's going to stop. He's going to kick it out. It's going to be Joseph Guthrie going for 3. That one badly missed. And then the rebound to Warga, but he could not keep his balance. Coach Ritter's very upset, and I don't know if I think he's upset with the shot selection of Joseph Guthrie taking that 3 in the corner. Substitution in for the Pine River-Backus Tigers as Grady Mongan checks in for the first time, junior guard. 7:35 to go, and Landowski replaced Guthrie for the Cardinals. Here's Norman, stop and pop just inside the arc. No, Beckerman goes up for the rebound. Oberfeld trying to hound him. Beckerman wrestles it away. Beckerman fires it under to Landowski, missed the shot short, and on the rebound, Upsala saves it. Beckerman with great hustle again, and Beckerman, well, for the third time today, he pump faked outside, and he is extremely aggressive. He's a very quick player, but 3 times now today, he's been too quick for his own good, pump faking the shot, and then traveling before putting the ball on the floor. They really cracked down on that a few years ago. Here's Oberfell in the lane, got some contact. They're going to wave the shot off. It's going to be on the floor. Foul's going to be on Landowski. That'll be his 4th. Ripplinger is going to hop off the bench for the Cardinals. 7:07 to go, 65-36 in favor of Upsala. Oberfell will lob it up to Norman. Norman with a fake. Norman drives down the left side. Looking, lobs it in. Oberfell down inside in traffic. Puts up a tough shot. Left it off the right side. Beckerman rebounds. Oberfell trying to put some pressure on with a double team for Mongan. Upsala breaks it. Primus into the free throw circle. He kicks it. Here's a drive by Lalaberty. The freshman counted and won. What a finish by the Frosh, Samuel Lalaberty. Chance for 3. The foul's going to be on Ethan Burns. That'll be his first. Both teams with 6 team fouls. Upsala had 5 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the second half. They've backed off a little bit. And here's the free throw, and it's good. Lalaberty converts the three-point play, 68-36. Here's a drive and another finish for Cole Oberfell. He's got 8 this half. He's got 11 in the game. Beckerman will bring it up. Drive, kick, Ripplinger looking for his first bucket. No, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound. It's going to go against Beckerman, and it's going to be 1-1 on the other end. That'll be number 3 on Beckerman. Bukers will come in for Vilno. Bukers was going to come in for Vilno, and then they realized, oh, wait, Vilno's the free throw shooter on the other end. So at the free throw line for a 1-1, the junior Talon Vilno has not scored yet. 68-38. First free throw off the front of the rim. Rebound tracked down by Primus. Primus working against Norman as the Tigers have gone back to a man-to-man. Pass over to Lalaberty. He's going to flip it to Warga. Warga got caught up on the screen, goes up. Tough shot, no call either way as he lobs it back up and in on the putback. 70-38. And on the other end, they're going to get the spin. They're going to get the offensive foul on Oberfell. Pine River fans not happy that they didn't get a call on the other end with Warga, but they got Oberfell on this end. 6th turnover this half on Pine River-Backus, number 17 in the game. Just 8 turnovers for Upsala. Under 6 to play now, 70-38. Primus with a little back step and a beautiful shot in the lane. 72-38 in favor of the Upsala Cardinals. Andrew Bukers went over 1,000 points in the first half. Got the contact this time, got the bucket and one. As Bukers gets his first points of the half, the bump in the foul on Primus, his first. Bukers 11 points in the first half. First bucket here in half number 2 at the 5:37 mark. The senior with 1,000 points now for his career plus. Misses the free throw. Primus on the rebound. Primus trying to shake. Cole Oberfell, he'll drop it off to Beckerman. Beckerman down the right side, stops, kicks. Lalaberty with the fake. Lalaberty with the drive. He puts up the shot, rolls off the left side. Tipped out to Warga, second chance for Upsala. Here's a shot, and there is Ripplinger, and that is his first bucket tonight. 74-40. Here's Oberfell looking to drive. Goes up, off the window and in. Well, that was pretty good body control by Cole Oberfell. He's got 10 this half. 13 in the game, under 5 to play, 74-42. A couple of these guys for PRB are pretty gassed, though. Coach Jordan Ackerman did not go very deep in his bench. And we're seeing it. Here's Beckerman, drives right by Oberfell all the way, attacks and scores. 12 this half, 20 in the game for Beckerman. Primus has 26. Buchers stopped and lost his balance and turned it over. Beckerman up ahead, Lalaberti. He'll go reverse side and lay it up and in. Lalaberti having a big second half, 78-42, and we'll have running time for the final 4:20. And there's a steal. Beckerman again. Beckerman down the right side. Ethan Burns put the pressure on, gave him a little bump, and picks up the foul. Let's see, for the freshman Lalaberti, he had 3 in the first half. He's got 8 here in the second half. And now Coach Tom Ritter is going to go deeper into the bench. We'll have our post-game award winners, the Energy Player of the Game and the Star of the Game coming up. Freshman Scott Scoble will come in for the first time for Pine River-Backus. He'll replace Cole Oberfell. Upsala is going to go deeper into the bench now. Isaiah Sobiek, a sophomore, checking in, along with Carson Primus, a freshman. And also, let's get the second free throw for Beckerman. That one is down and in as well. 2 free throws for Beckerman, making it 80-40. As Braden Mack checked in for Upsala, as did Nicholas Guthrie. So got some new players in. Here's a drive on the left side by Scoble. Mongan up top to Ethan Burns. Burns, the senior, driving. He's going to pull up. This one's going to roll off the right side. Battle for the rebound. And we're going to get a foul called against Burns. That'll be, I think, his second. With the clock running, this one quickly going to dwindle down. Foul on Burns is his third. And heading to the free throw line will be Nicholas Guthrie. This will be for a 1-and-1. Team foul number 9 on the Tigers here in the second half. Game clock continues to run. Free throw off to the right. Andrew Buchers gets the rebound. Buchers pushing it up the left side, flips it back to Burns. Burns going to put up the 3. Front iron, no. Rebound tapped to Mongan. Mongan down in a lot of traffic. And Mongan, they don't have heights for PRB. He's not very tall, but he gets some contact, gets a foul on Austin Klein on the offensive rebound, and it'll be a 1-and-1 for Grady Mongan. Reese Trumbull, a sophomore, will come in. He'll replace Norman. 9 points in the second half, 13 for the game for Tate Norman. 1:45 and rolling here in the second half. Girls matchup coming up next. Mongan, and they're going to wave it off. He knew it was off. He crossed the free throw line too early, so they'll wave off the attempt on a violation. Upsala substitution coming in, Jacob Brinkman, a sophomore. Into the right side. They give it. Almost looked at the wrong roster there. That was Mack. Person to man-to-man defense here. Here's Sobiek. Sobiek's going to flip it back. This is Calvin Lenners who checked in. Lenners is a freshman. Shot clock at 14. Into the corner. Here's a drive. Got some traffic and bouncing it on the line with Sobiek. Upsala turns it over. Nicholas Guthrie will come right back in, and then here's Dalton Minion. He'll replace Andrew Buchers, who will finish the day with 13. Final 45 seconds of this one, 80-42. Upsala led 38-21 at the half. Pine River-Backus, I felt, continued to give some decent effort, especially on the offensive end, but Upsala too much for the Tigers to handle. They'll get their first win over Pine River-Backus since 2012-2013 season. Shot clock at 12. Mongan drives down left side, lobs it into Minion. Minion goes up, goes too high, and the rebound pulled down by Upsala. 13 seconds. Looks like they might cross. Lenners looking, checking the clock. Doesn't look like they're going to make a move to the basket. Upsala's going to dribble it out, and this one will go final as the Upsala Cardinals put 80 on the board today against the Pine River-Backus Tigers, and they get the victory. Final score 80-42. We'll recap it and get ready to start the shift for the girls contest. Post game for the boys game is up next here on yourliveevent.com.
Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
We welcome you back here. Post-game recap for the boys' game as they're clearing the court and the girls already getting set to come on out. The boys' game, Upsala, 38-21 lead at the half, and Andrew Buchers went over his 1,000th career point with a half-court three at the buzzer. Thought, okay, PRB can figure out a way to turn some things around and maybe look at some momentum going into the half. The second half, Pine River-Backus scored first and had an and-one opportunity. It's one of those where, all right, well, maybe this will pick things up. Unfortunately, it didn't last for long. Upsala, after Pine River-Backus scored first to start the second half, they went on a 12-2 run. They started getting hot again, hit a couple of big threes. They had 5 in the first half. They knocked down 5 more in the second half. Soon the lead was up to 25 at 50-25. It was back and forth for a few minutes. But then Upsala with another big run. Pine River-Backus had a shot to make it 55-32, and then a 10-0 run pretty much put things on ice as Upsala gets the win by the score of 80-42. 38-21 in the first half, Upsala 42-21 in the second half on the way to the win. Stat-wise for this one, turnovers, Pine River-Backus with 19, Upsala with 9, rebounding heavily in favor of the Cardinals, 43-22, including 15-6 on the offensive glass. From the free throw line, 8 out of 14 for the Cardinals, 3 out of 6 for the Tigers. Pine River-Backus didn't have a real deep bench in this one. Only 4 players scored. Tate Norman, Andrew Buchers, and Cole Oberfell all finished with 13, and then Isaiah Downey with a 3 in the first half, finished with 3. For Upsala, Jack Primus, averaging 18 a game, had that in the first half. He finishes with 26, along with 3 assists, 4 steals, and a block. Noah Beckerman, 8 in the first half, 14 in the second half, 22 for the game. He also had 5 steals and 2 assists. Samuel Laliberti, the freshman, got into double figures with 11. Aiden Warga finished with 9. Joseph Guthrie with 5. Austin Klein with 3. And then 2 apiece for Eric Landowski and Bo Ripplinger. 80-42, the final of the boys' game. We'll name our post-game award winners when we come back and wrap up the first game here of our doubleheader today on yourliveevent.com.
Happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at shruppexcavating.com.
Devin Kruger back with you. As you can see, the ladies are warming up here on yourliveevent.com for today's matchup. The Upsala boys get the win big, 80-42. The final, we name our postgame award winners, starting with the Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. And for the Upsala Cardinals, who improved to 14-5 on the year, certainly a couple of key guys that fueled the Cardinals today. But I'm going to go with the senior Noah Beckerman. Noah had 14 in the second half as Upsala pulled away and put the game away. Again, a physical player. He's one of those players that, as an opponent, you kind of despise. He's all over the place. He was getting offensive rebounds. If Pine River-Backus had a rebound, he was kind of lurking, waiting to slap the ball out of your hands. He ended up with 5 steals, had a couple of assists. Very high-energy player, part of the Energy Player of the Game award. But absolutely one of those guys that, as an opponent, you just cringe when you know he's against you, because he's a pest on defense. Again, he really works to out-hustle you, but he also contributes a lot, and including today, 22 points for the Upsala Cardinals. Noah Beckerman, the senior guard, he is the Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. Now on to our Pine River Family Market star of the game. Pine River Family Market, your local hometown grocery store where you can find it all and still enjoy that hometown atmosphere. Reminder that milk is just 2 for $6. Gallons of milk, 2 for $6 every Wednesday at Pine River Family Market. Check them out at pineriverfamilymarket.com. Our Family Market star of the game for this one for the PRB Tigers, going to go with Tate Norman. Talking with Jordan Ackerman, we talked a lot about the effort. He went with a short bench for today's game. The guys did give the effort. They still struggle with some things on the defensive end. Rebounding, definitely one of those things that I feel that they would need to clean up as they go on. But they did battle offensively. They really attacked the basket in the second half. You could tell that was one of the key things he wanted them to focus on, and they went after it. Tate ended up with 9 of his 13 points in the second half, had a couple of big blocks as well, and I thought he had one of the more consistent games for the Tigers, so he's going to get the Pine River Family Market star of the game. That's going to do it for the boys matchup. We do have both coaches for the girls matchup, so we'll quickly make the flip. The girls are up next, Pine River-Backus and Upsala, as the Upsala boys get the win 80-42, going to 14-5 on the year, while Pine River-Backus drops to 3-15. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
On food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash. Open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
College goes far beyond the buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
officially welcome you to the pregame show. It's the Station 371 pregame show for this second matchup today, the Pine River-Backus and Upsala girls. Devin Kruger here with you on yourliveevent.com. Let's see how these two teams match up coming in. For the Upsala Cardinals, they're 10-9 on the year, 5-3 in Section 5A matchups, scoring 58 points a game. They're allowing just under 50. They got a win on Tuesday against Browerville Eagle Valley, 76-42. In fact, both of these teams coming off wins against the Tigers of Browerville Eagle Valley into today's game. The Upsala Cardinals, well, they've won 8 of their last 11, so they were 2-6 on the season. They've won 8 of their last 11 to get above 500 at 10-9. And again, both of these teams for the girls fighting for that home playoff game. Right now in the section standings, Upsala is at the number 4 seed, just behind Ogilvie, Bram, and Belgrade Bruton El Rosa. St. John's Prep is below them and not by a whole lot. So this could be a key game for Upsala to try to help secure a home game once the sections start. They were 16-13 last year, so kind of on a same type of pace with interim head coach Nick Klug. Their head coach is on maternity leave, so congratulations to Coach Bauer for Upsala on the birth of their child. So let's get back to the teams. Of course, Upsala, winners of 8 of their last 11. One of those 3 losses, by the way, was to Browerville Eagle Valley, and then they turned it around with a win on Tuesday. For Pine River-Backus, 8-11 on the season, 2-6 in section games. 56.8 points per contest. They're allowing 59.4. They got a win Thursday against Browerville Eagle Valley, 65-64. Mimi Buchers banked in a 3 with about 4 seconds on the clock to give the PRB Tigers the victory. And PRB is on an upswing as well. They've won 6 of their last 9. Last year, the Tigers 13-15, so again, a pretty similar track. When these two teams met last year, the Tigers of PRB got the win, 56-43. The Tigers have won 3 straight in this series. Upsala, a triple overtime win back in 2017-2018. That was the last win for the Cardinals in the series. When we come back on the Station 371 pregame show, we'll get to our coaches' comments. We'll hear from Nick Klug, head coach, or interim head coach, we should say, for the Upsala Cardinals, and then we'll chat with Tucker Sheely, head coach of the PRB Tigers. It's the girls coming up next as Upsala took the boys' matchup. Now PRB trying for the split here at home on yourliveevent.com.
At 7, watch the yourliveevent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the yourliveevent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on yourliveevent.com.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
We are back on the Station 371 pregame show for the ladies matchup here today. Joining us is Nick Klug, the head coach for the Upsala Cardinals. Coach, 10-9 coming in. Of course, first and foremost, thank you to you for joining us and being a part of our pregame shows to get ready for the girls matchup today.
Oh, well, thanks for having me, Devin.
You are most welcome. 10-9 coming in. We're in February, so everybody's thinking final stretch. They're thinking, let's get crisp for the playoff run. With the expectations for the Cardinals coming in, how do you see the season thus far for your squad?
You know, so far, I think that we have, for the most part, more in the season. You know, if you look at wins and losses, we've won the games that we should have won, and we've lost the games that, we probably, on paper anyway, were losses. But we've had a couple letdowns in a couple games. We've really been battling some injuries and illness over the last couple weeks. Sounds like a lot of teams are in that boat at this time of the year, which like you said, we're gearing up for the playoff run here now. We're not healthy. We're not 100%, but hopefully we get to that. We've had a couple girls out with injuries this year and a couple girls now come back, which has been very helpful for us. So, again, it's like you said, we're preparing for that stretch run, and we're not quite as healthy as we want to be, but hopefully we'll get there here in the next couple of weeks.
Well, your girls have certainly been able to battle because you have won 5 of your last 7, which if you're still battling injuries and illness is not too bad of a mark. What recently has pleased you and the coaching staff about what these ladies are executing on the floor, especially coming off a nice convincing win on Tuesday?
You know, I think, Devin, the biggest thing right now is I think we've really improved defensively over that 7-game stretch. I feel girls are, understanding concepts a little better. We're being a little more aggressive. We're following less, so playing a little bit cleaner, I guess would be the best term to use there. But I think overall, just our hustle, again, that aggressiveness, and then, just being improved in that defensive area. So.
You're taking on Pine River-Backus today. It's certainly a familiar opponent in the same section you typically meet each year. Last year, the Tigers were able to get you in the game. Coming into today's matchup, what do you know about this year's version of the Tigers, and what are the focal points for the Cardinals?
Sure, I know they're pretty young. They're a pretty young team. Looking at their roster and things, and I know they're scrappy. They like to press. We got some girls that can shoot the ball a little bit from the outside, and I think it's a good matchup to match up well with each other. And I think they're pretty quick from what I've seen. I've been able to catch them on a couple evenings watching them online and stuff, and they look pretty quick. Again, they're pressed, and the last time you and I spoke, I think I brought the same thing. They run the press very well, and that could be concerning, but hopefully we're able to break that, and like I said, get the ball in the front court and set up in our offense. So again, their press, I think, is what really is concerning. I think they do a very good job running their presses.
With the direction that the Cardinals are going, that they want to go, obviously for section standings, both of these teams are in that middle range, kind of battling for a home game once the playoffs start here in a few weeks. How crucial do you see a win today for the Upsala Cardinals?
I think from here on out for us, I think they're all crucial. We take one game at a time, and to be able to beat a section opponent is important. You look at our side of the section, on the other side. Look at our side. We have Bram, who's kind of been at the top. Ogilvie, we played them earlier this year. We were up 15 with 7 minutes left, and they ended up getting us. And then we also played BB, who's right now BB's in front of us, who's always tough. Now Rosa, and then there's us, the 4th seed. And I think it's going to be pretty difficult for us to move up any higher than the 4th seed, just based on the fact, that the head-to-heads so far, Ogilvie and BB got those, and we have Bram coming up here later on in the month. So again, in my eyes, every game from here on out, try to keep that 4th seed, and then hopefully we climb up to get a third seed.
Well, it should be an exciting one here today, of course, Coach. We appreciate the time. Good luck to you and the Cardinals.
Yeah, thanks, Devin.
Nick Klug, head coach for the Upsala Cardinals, join us. More of the Station 371 pregame for the girls matchup coming right up here on yourliveevent.com.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
We're back on the Station 371 pregame show for the girls matchup. As join us, Tucker Sheely, head coach for the Tigers. Tigers are on a little bit of an upswing, Tucker. Exciting to have this one here today for Game 2 of the doubleheader. Thanks for a couple minutes before the tip-off with the Cardinals in town.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me.
With the little streak you're on, I mean, it's not a full streak, but we've won 8 out of your last 11, and you're coming in with the 8 wins on the season. What are some of the things that this team has kind of turned some corners on?
Yeah, no, we've definitely improved in a number of areas. I think, offensively, we've seen a lot of 1-2-2, zone, and so moving the ball, attacking the paint, getting our shooters, good looks, and then getting a little post production as well has been, helpful. But we rely on our pressure quite a bit, and so these last couple games we've been able to get some steals, and that's led to some offense, and so hopefully we can continue that tonight against Upsala.
Oh, correct. I said you've won 6 of your last 9 coming into this one. Defensively, I think there has to be some corners that way as well. What are some of the things with the attacking, the pressure that you like to put on? Are you able to not only cause some turnovers, but get the big half-court stops now when you need them?
We have, yeah. I mean, that last game we were actually able to get a couple 10-second violations, and so, yeah, that just, it's a lot. That's one possession the other team doesn't have, and then we can go right into our offense. And so, we've had some girls step up. I think Mimi Bucher's put in a few more than she has been here this year, and Alora's doing a good job of running the show. So we've had, some good contributors, and, it's been fun to see them improve here as the season's gone on.
Speaking of Mimi, not last second, but close to last second game winner to get you the win against Browerville Eagle Valley. Talk about the excitement of that and what a win like that you hope will do for this team.
Yeah, definitely a morale boost. When it's comes down to the last shot, there's some things that you probably could have done earlier in the game that would have prevented it from being that close. But I was really proud of how the girls stuck together and ended up having a fun finish there. And hoping that kind of gives us some momentum here to lead into we've got kind of a tougher schedule here coming up here these next 2 weeks. So hopefully that, like I say, can give them some confidence and get a couple wins here.
Upsala's in town, a similar record, a game above 500 last year, and really you've had some nice competitive games with the Cardinals. What did you focus on yesterday with the team to try to come back and get another win this week?
Yeah, they've got a really quick point guard, does a really good job facilitating here tonight, and so we're going to have to make sure we kind of contain her. And they've got a girl coming back from injury that's a good player for them as well. So there's a couple players on that other team we're going to try to neutralize what they are used to doing. But again, we'll rely on kind of what we do with the best, and that is pressure, and then allow that to lead to our offense.
With a section win, and one of the things that's kind of key when you look at it is, especially with a tough schedule coming up, that you're kind of on that cusp of maybe jumping into a home playoff game. Has that been mentioned at all for the girls? Is that a goal for this team now that you're getting into the final stretch?
It hasn't been something that we've mentioned. It'd be nice. I think the last couple of years we've been able to kind of secure that, maybe even like going into the last game or 2 of the season last year. But it would be nice, but it hasn't been necessarily a goal. I think the focus for our squad and the girls, both JV and varsity, is let's just keep getting better, and if we do that and play as well as we can, that's all I can ask for them, and then have a competitive squad coming into playoffs.
Absolutely, Coach. Appreciate the time. As always, good luck to you and the Tigers, and we'll chat with you after the game.
Thank you.
Tucker Sheely, head coach for the PRB Tigers, joining us more right after this on the Station 371 pregame show.
Question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great people.
And we are back here as we get set for the girls matchup on the Station 371 pregame show. Let's get to the starting lineups as the Upsala Cardinals coming in with interim head coach Nick Klug, 10-9 overall, 5-3 in section matchups. Starting for the Cardinals this afternoon, I got to get my flashlight because the lights turned off, as you can see on the screen. They'll start a 5'4 junior guard, Dakota Soltis, 5'7 senior guard, Isabel Lenners, 5'7 junior guard, Samantha Pilarski, 5'6 junior guard, Isabel Ripplinger, and 5'6 senior forward, Brenna Graves. Once again for the Cardinals, Soltis, Isabel Lenners, Pilarski, Ripplinger, and Brenna Graves. For the Pine River-Backus Tigers and head coach Tucker Sheely, 8-11 overall, 2-6 in conference matchups, for section matchups, For the PRB Tigers, they'll start senior Alora Dahl, senior Brianna Hannikin, sophomore Ella Dahl, sophomore Sawyer Chulinchik, and sophomore Mimi Bukers. That's Alora Dahl, Hannikin, Ella Dahl, Chulinchik, and Bukers. So for this Upsala Cardinals team, you've got 2 seniors, 3 juniors for the PRB Tigers, 2 seniors, 3 sophomores for the starting lineup. This wraps up the Station 371 pregame show. Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 in Pine River. Bait, tackle, your great convenience store items, quality Center's gasoline, and don't forget those hunting and fishing licenses. Station 371 in Pine River. Cardinals. Upsala Cardinals in the white jerseys, Pine River-Backus in the blacks. If you missed it, the boys' game went to Upsala. They pulled away from the Tigers, got the win 80-42. Now for this girls' matchup, it's going to be Isabel Lenners. Not much height at all for this Upsala Cardinals team. And for the Tigers, it's going to be Alora Dahl and a quick jersey fix for Sawyer Chulinchik. As we are ready to roll for this girls matchup, and the opening tip controlled by the Tigers. They hit Ella Dahl on the right side, pump faked, and Soltis had a really good closeout. Upsala person-to-person defense here to start out. Ella Dahl on the right side. Going to drop it to Hannikin in the free throw circle. Inside to Bukers. Bukers with the turn. Bukers with the score as the Tigers strike first. 2-0 Pine River-Backus. Here comes the pressure. Soltis with a high pass tipped up and stolen by Chulinchik. Chulinchik tried to find Alora Dahl down underneath and is turned right back over to the Cardinals. The teams trade turnovers. 2-2-1 full court press for the Tigers. More or less extending that. Then dropping back they were. We'll see what they do for the half court set. Here's Soltis, that quick point guard that Coach Tucker Sheila was talking about. Here's a handoff to Graves. Graves at the free throw line, one of a set of twins. McKenna Graves on the bench to start for Upsala as this one scooped back out from Ripplinger. Soltis, long pass over to the left side to Pilarski. Pilarski driving, Chulinchik poked it away. Shot clock at 7. Soltis gonna launch the 3. This one high off the rim, hit the pole behind the backboard, and that's a dead ball rebound awarded to Pine River-Backus. Again, no stats for the Tigers, but Dakota Stoltis, 15.5 a game, leading scorer for the Upsala Cardinals. Brenna Graves at 12.1, and then Pilarski at 11.5. Here's Bukers again inside. This time it was Hannikin again. Back-to-back buckets for Bukers, assisted by Hannikin. Tigers, that tough defense, double-teaming Pilarski, and a pass intercepted by Alora Dahl. Turnover. Here's Sawyer Chulinchik from 15 feet. She drops it in, and it's a 6-0 start for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. First minute and a half gone. Here's Pilarski. Lost the handle. Picked up by Ella Dahl. Ella clear, sailing left side, misses the layup, surprisingly. Actually, that was Alora Dahl on the steal, excuse me. Missing the finish, and Pine River-Backus gives Upsala a bit of a break. Here's a turn and a pass across the timeline to Soltis. Gonna step up, gonna take the 3, and she buried it. Big shot here early by the junior Dakota Soltis to get Upsala on the board. 2 minutes in, 2 minutes gone. 6-3, Pine River-Backus. Sorry, Chulinchik on the near side. Here's Bukers for 3. Got it, and Mimi Bukers with the hot start. Her brother Andrews went over 1,000 career points. Here's a nice feed. Good press break by Upsala. That's the execution that Coach Klug was looking for as Isabel Lenners finds Isabel Ripplinger for the finish. It's 9-5. Exciting start, Bukers. And there's an interception on the other end as Isabel Lenners cut in front and gets a steal. Read that entry pass very well. 10-9, Upsala. 8-11, Pine River-Backus has the foul on Chulinchik. That's her first. Upsala inbound, Soltis working against Alora Dahl. Gets around 1, gets around 2. Now it's a 4-on-1. Left side, Lenners puts it too strong off the board. That was Pilarski, excuse me. And Alora Dahl gets the rebound. Well, each team has given the other a bit of a break on a missed layup. Chulinchik on the right side. Upsala looking to get aggressive. Here's a little pick and roll, and Hannikin going to get tied up with Isabel Lenners. And Pine River-Backus will turn it over. That's each team with three turnovers now early on. Coming back the other end of the Upsala Cardinals. There's Soltis with a nice around-the-back dribble. Through traffic in, kicks it out to Graves. A little bobble. Graves driving baseline, got her on Hannigan. Got a little too far underneath because of the bobble. Missed the shot, got her on rebound. Second chance, no. Third chance, forced it, no. Here's Soltis coming in for the offensive rebound, and then she lost it. And Graves is going to get a bump on Buchers, and it'll go to Pine River-Backus. 3 offensive rebounds, and Upsala still came up empty on that one. 9-5 Pine River-Backus in front. 14:40 to go first half. Devin Kruger with you here on yourliveevent.com. Girls will be home again Tuesday against 10th ranked Northome Kelliher. And we're going to have a reach. We're going to have a grab. We're going to have a foul on Ripplinger. Tigers will inbound out on the far sideline. Of course, a good crowd here again for the doubleheader today. Aloradal gets the inbounds. Comes to the near side to Elladall. Person-to-person defense for Upsala, looking to stay aggressive. Elladall to the top. Hannigan thought about 3, instead drives in, gets a little contact, not a whole lot. Kind of veered her off to the left. Obviously missed wide, and the rebound to Lenners. Here comes Soltis. Soltis driving through that Tigers defense, and we'll have a reach and a foul on Aloradal. Foul on Aloradal, and each team has 2 team fouls now. Inbounding underneath, Ripplinger averaging just under 6 a game. Few girls, Coach Klug talked about some illness and injury. Upsala without 4 varsity players. Now here's a pass from Ripplinger. Tipped and taken away. Aloradal's third steal. Up ahead, Tulinchek with the right hand. Puts it off the window and in. Tulinchek was awfully close to that basket going up with the right hand on the left side, but she got it, and now we're going to have stoppage as the shot clock did not get reset. So good job by the official recognizing that. So a quick whistle, and Upsala will inbound with a full shot clock on the far sideline. Just over 4 minutes gone here in the first half. It's an 11-5 Tigers lead. Soltis, one hands it to Graves. They give it to Lenners, excuse me. Soltis will run the point. Tigers in a 1-2-2 zone. Here's a drive by Pilarski. Nice cut to the basket, but off the mark to the right on the shot. Buchers brings it across the timeline, flips it back to Tulinchek. Tulinchek with the drive. Well, little arm extension. They didn't call that one. Here's Elladall. Ella to Buchers. Buchers working against Graves. Tigers have had quick shots. Now here's a fake pick. Buchers down underneath, and Mimi Buchers, another one. She's got 9. Really nice start for Buchers as Soltis has the ball swiped out of her hands out of bounds on the far side. As Pine River-Backus defense trying to be really pesky. 2 teams on an upswing. Upsala's won 8 of their last 11. Tigers have won 6 of their last 9. Here's Brenna Graves to the free throw line. Looks to the corner. Ripplinger had the ball above her head, didn't really look at it. Now Pilarski with a drive and a kick. High pass, Lenners with it. Lenners with the drive, goes into Hannigan. Oh, and they're going to get the block. That one was really close. Could have gone either way. They're gonna call this one in favor of Upsala. Hannigan gets called for the block, and Tucker Shealy asking for the explanation, and the official saying she was still kind of moving up as she got positioned. That was really, really close. And Isabel Lenners is at the free throw line where she knocks down the first free throw, her first point today. Couple of subs in for the Upsala Cardinals as Haley Ludke, 5'4" junior guard, checks in, as does Zoe Lenners, a 5'10" freshman forward. Pine River-Backus sends in a couple of fresh bodies. Sophomore Kaylee Johnson checking in. And the second free throw off the back iron. So Tulinchek on the rebound. 13-6 Pine River-Backus. Johnson was the only new Tiger to hit the floor, I guess. I thought they had 2 coming in, just 1. She replaced Elladall. Tulinchek thought about 3, pump faked it, puts up the runner at the free throw line, and a beautiful touch by the sophomore Sawyer Tulinchek. 15-6, PRB by 9. Upsala quickly into the half court. Pilarski drops it back to Soltis. Soltis with a triple so far. Here's a quick 3, just shoved up there from the corner. Offensive rebound, and we're going to get a foul on Buchers. Haley Ludke just threw that one up there, and then on the weak side, the rebound is Zoe Leonards, the freshman, and she'll go to the line for 2 after she's fouled on the putback attempt by Mimi Buchers. Team foul number 4 on Pine River-Backus, and the freshman Leonards knocks in the first free throw. Substitution for Pine River-Backus as sophomore Ariana Burns checks in for Brianna Hannikin. PRB looking for their 4th straight win in this series. Off to a strong start. Second free throw rolls off to the right. Buchers rebounds. Tigers. Coach Shealy wants them to play fast. They're quickly in the half court. Kaylee Johnson, spot. 3 on the way. Got it! Kaylee Johnson from downtown. Alora Dahl with the assist. And now Johnson going to get hit with a foul right after she buried the 3. 18-7. Pine River-Backus in front. Pilarski's going to inbound, and again with Upsala already down a few players, and this Tiger defense, they're going to really want to make Upsala work and try to tire them out. Soltis stops, launches one across court to Pilarski. Dangerous pass. Pilarski spins against Johnson. Down to the right side, inside the wing, goes up top to Leonards. Here's Isabel Leonards with the shot. This one off the mark. Rebound, Kaylee Johnson on the near side. Johnson across to the front court. Right side, Alora Dahl. Stop, pop, 3, bingo! 21-7. Pine River-Backus sprinting out here in the first half. Haven't even played 7 minutes. The Tigers offense clicking here on this Saturday afternoon. Here's Isabel Leonards. Leonards down to the right side, and Alora Dahl just about jumped that pass route. Subs in for the Tigers. Brianna Hannikin in for the first, she's back in for the first time as junior Aaliyah Lewis. Brenna Graves and Isabel Ripplinger return for Upsala. Pilarski and Isabel Leonards to the bench. 11:20 to go, first half. Here's Soltis. Trying to get a pass, taken away Alora Dahl. 4th steal already. Alora up the right side, got it! 5 for Alora Dahl, and Nick Klug has seen enough. He needs a timeout. We'll do the same. 11:09 to go here in the first half here in Pine River. Tigers up 23-7 on the Cardinals in the Section 5A matchup on yourliveevent.com.
Live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
Devin Kruger back with you, 11:09. Got Jester helping run the program here today. Pine River-Backus a 23-7 start. Offensively looking real good. Defensively doing a little hounding of Upsala. Upsala with 6 turnovers. Tigers with 3 here in the first 7 minutes. Here's a little give and go. McKenna Graves right side, and we're going to get a blocking foul. Hannikin late on the help side. Good give and go on the near side, as Brenna Graves with a pass and a quick touch flip right back to her by Isabel Ripplinger. Brianna Hannikin gets hit with her second personal, already the 6th foul on the Tigers. One thing with the aggressive defense they have that can lead to some foul issues, as Brenna Graves knocks in her first point of the day. Hannikin will sit as Mimi Buchers checked back in. Brenna, 12.1 points a game. Hits both free throws. There's a 49% free throw shooter, but got them both. It's 23-9. In fact, Upsala only has 2 field goals so far here in this first half. Mimi Buchers over to Aaliyah Lewis. Aaliyah, very good shooter, puts it up, and that one off the front of the iron, and the rebound is out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Kaylee Johnson. Upsala basketball. Tigers double teaming Soltis. They want the ball out of her hands, and So they just go to another senior, Brenna Graves. She crosses the timeline. Tigers on the right side. Here's Ripplinger driving down, tries to get a pass across. Lewis tipped it. It's into the hands for Upsala. They go up top back to Soltis. They'll reset. Shot clock at 16. Soltis veers right, collides with Zoe Lenners, and it's going to cause a travel as the freshman gets a little crossed up with the senior, or with the junior, excuse me. Now McKenna Graves, 5'3" senior, is going to check back in. And Pilarski also checking back in. Pine River-Backus with the basketball. Lewis on the left side, looking for Burns inside, not there. Bucher's at the top of the key, drops it down. Burns, a tough post player for the Tigers, and now what do we have? We have a scramble for it as McKenna Graves knocked it loose, and Ariana lost it out of bounds. 4th turnover on the Tigers. Sawyer Chulinchek will hop off the bench. She'll replace Lewis. 10:07 here in the first half. Upsala inbounding. They lob it over. Here's McKenna Graves. McKenna looking for her sister. Excuse me, that was Brenna looking for McKenna. McKenna saves it in. Here's Brenna with a drive right side. Too strong off the glass, and the rebound tipped, collected by Kaylee Johnson. Kaylee pushing it up the right side to Alora Dahl. Alora stops, puts up the three. That one too strong, and a rebound battle for it on the near side, and it's going to be last touched by Pine River-Backus. 9:47 to go. First half. Well, the Tigers offense has cooled for the last minute or so. Upsala hasn't been able to really convert that. Here's at Brenna Graves, and it got poked away. Kaylee Johnson got a piece of it. 8th turnover on the other end. Tulinchek, a pump fake, letting the defender go by. Tulinchek has 8. 25-9. Here's McKenna Graves, gives it off to Ripplinger. Nice feed down to Zoe Lenners, and the freshman gets the finish Zoe with her first field goal. Ripplinger on the assist, 25-11. Alora Dahl across the timeline to Tulinchek. Tigers get into the half court really quickly. Gives them a good 30 seconds to go after it. Here's Alora Dahl with a drive on the right side. Somehow that ball spun out. And then a rebound last touch by Alora Dahl and the Tigers. Boy, looked like it was a really nice little shot close in on the baseline. It went all the way around the rim and rolled out. Ella Dahl and Hannikin returned for Pine River-Backus. Upsala inbounds on the far sideline. Pilarski double team quickly, gives it to McKenna Graves. Back to Pilarski. Got it poked away by Johnson. And Upsala needs to get across the timeline. They will with a couple seconds to spare. McKenna Graves down the left side. We're over halfway through the first half. Now we're going to get a bump and a foul. That'll be number 2 on Kaylee Johnson. And with that being team foul number 7, Upsala's in the bonus. It's a 1-and-1. And now they got to get everybody set up on the free throw line. And doing the free throws will be the senior McKenna Graves. McKenna averaging 1.9 points per contest from the free throw line, just 5 of 19 on the year. That's 26%. Alora Dahl back in for Kaylee Johnson, who sits with two fouls. And the free throw high off the rim and drops through for McKenna Graves, makes it 25-12. 8:41 to play here in the first half. Crowd quiets, and the second free throw hard off the back iron, and Alora Dahl collects the rebound. Rebounds are at 9 apiece. Upsala with 4 offensive rebounds. The Tigers do not have an offensive board, but the Tigers' offense has been pretty crisp. Here's Hannikin, long two-pointer. That one around and out. Good block out by Zoe Lenners. Zoe, the freshman, hounded, kicks it to Pilarski. Pilarski keeping her head up. Uh-oh, here comes a trap. Tough spot, and a pass tipped out in the near side by Alora Dahl. Pilarski got caught in the worst spot you can, right in that corner half-court sideline, and 2 defenders just in a quadrant of trouble. She kind of got bailed out on a tipped pass. Upsala inbounds. Shot clock at 18. Here's McKenna Graves with a fake, and then she got it stolen away. Sawyer Chulinchek, her second steal. Upsala's 9th turnover, and now what do we have? We're going to have a jump ball. It will stay with Pine River-Backus. 9 turnovers on Upsala in the first half, 4 on Pine River-Backus. Just under 8 to go. Devin Kruger here with you on yourliveevent.com. Check the website for the schedule, and there's a pass. Ella Dahl was starting to turn towards and see where she was going to go with it. Took her eye off the ball. You see that happen to NFL receivers quite a bit. And it just happened to Ella Dahl. Took her eyes off it a little early and thoop, right through the hands and out of bounds. Here's the long pass to Brenna Graves. 7:50 to go, first half, 25-12. Down to Ripplinger. Ripplinger back to Brenna. Brenna with the drive, wide open lane, and she missed the layup. That one's frustrating for the Upsala fans for sure. Brianna Hannigan let her go because she didn't dare pick up her third foul. Sawyer Chulinchek on the right side. Chulinchek guarded by Soltis down to Brianna, and that went right through her hands into Isabel Lenners, and now that's 6 turnovers on the PRB Tigers. Soltis around the back, give and go, and that one goes through her hands, and the loose ball, and Ripplinger collects on the near side. They kick it out. Here's Pilarski, wants a 3, and she rattles it in. First bucket for Pilarski, and the lead for Pine River-Backus, which was at 16 at 23-7, is now down to 10. It's an 8-2 run. Alora Dahl crosses half court, and Tucker Sheely calls for timeout. 7:04 to go here in the opening half of the girls' game of our doubleheader. It's 25-15 Tigers, and we're back after this on yourliveevent.com.
Trusted news, weather, and sports from your community. Look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities.
Alora Dahl between the circles as we welcome you back to action here, and now maybe Bucher's just about got it taken away by Brenna Graves. Upsala staying person-to-person, shot clock at 15. Alora Dahl as the lane opens up. She attacks, puts it hard off the window. On the rebound is Brianna Hannigan. She goes up, and she's going to be fouled. And Pine River-Backus will go to the free throw line for the first time after their first offensive rebound of the day. Foul is going to be on Isabel Lenners. That'll be her first. Only the third foul on Upsala here in this first half. Hannigan without a point yet today, and the first one off the front iron. Right now an 8-2 lead, or 8-2 run for Upsala. Trying to get themselves in a groove and back into it. Second free throw is good for Hannigan, 26-15. Tigers keeping the press. Here's Pilarski. Pilarski drops to Soltis. Soltis down, goes around Hannigan, got fouled. Well, that'll be number 2 on Chulinchek. Hannigan that time did a great job and made darn sure she wasn't going to move, but then Chulinchek on the other side went for the block and gets hit with her second foul. That's team foul number 8 on Pine River-Backus. First free throw for Dakota Soltis is good. Sub in for Upsala as they bring Ludke back in. Excuse me, yeah, that's Ludke. Soltis second free throw short. Rebound tapped out. Chulinchek collects it on the run. Down the left side, Upsala did a good job to get back defensively. Chulinchek out to Ella Dahl. Ella wants 3. This one front iron no. And the rebound to Ripplinger. Quickly handed it off to Brenna Graves. Brenna down the right side. Puts it up, puts it in. That was a really nice transition for Upsala off the miss. And the lead down to 8. 26-18, Pine River-Backus. They led by as many as 16. Chulinchek, beautiful feed down underneath and an easy finish for Hannigan. That's what the Tigers are looking for as Chulinchek, great extra pass, recognizing Hannigan was open underneath. Here's Soltis breaking down the press again. McKenna Graves, and the reverse layup is blocked by Buchers, out of bounds, staying with the Cardinals. Just under 6 to go here in the first half and a 10-point Tigers lead. Inbounds for Upsala. They lob it into the corner for Soltis. Alora Dahl hot on her trail. Soltis with a drive. Soltis goes around and she got tripped. They're going to kind of call it on the arm. I don't know if you can officially call the trip, but Mimi Bucher's got her foot out there and got some contact. That'll be number 2 on Bucher's now. Soltis 71% from the free throw line. She's got 2 more coming, 1 for 2 on her last trip, and the first one off to the right. She knew it right when she let it go. Kaylee Johnson, Ariana Burns checking back in for Pine River-Backus. Next one on the way. Got that one. 1 for 2 again. Soltis has 5. 28-19 in favor of the host Tigers. Upsala won the boys matchup pretty handily, 80-42. 17-point lead at the half for the boys. And now Alora Dahl just about got it taken away. Ripplinger right in her face. And now Tulinchek, as Ripplinger tried for it again, and this time got the contact. Upsala getting more and more aggressive on the defensive end. Ripplinger on the foul. That'll be her second. Team foul number 4 and a sub coming in. Pilarski will come in for Ripplinger for the Cards. Sawyer Tulinchek will inbound in the corner. Up to Alora Dahl. Upsala has been person-to-person the entire game thus far defensively. Alora gets the screen, and she traveled. Got up in the air looking for a pass, and then there was no target. So she traveled. Turnover number 7 on Pine River-Backus. That's been the big difference in Upsala's comeback. They had a lot of turnovers early. They have 9 in the game, but they've done a lot better. Now here's a quick shot, and that one too strong. Good look, but Ludke off the pass from Soltis. Too strong on the attempt. Kaylee Johnson down the right side is going to kick it back. They can swing it over to the near side to Hannigan. Hannigan with the drive. Good defense. Brenna Graves standing tall as Hannigan kind of went into her, and that's just simply losing the ball. And a turnover on Pine River-Backus. Actually, it was a shot. I guess they'll give Upsala a rebound on that one. Upsala's going to inbound. Pilarski right back in to the near side, and Zoe Leonard's lost her balance, actually lost her shoe, and just kind of got her shoe tangled up with Ariana Burns and kind of went down awkwardly, and it's not an injury. She just went down awkwardly because the shoe got taken off her heel, and then the ball lost out of bounds. Upsala turns over for the 10th time, and Coach Nick Klug kind of asking, well, if she was taken down and somebody stepped on her shoe, wouldn't that be a foul? Not necessarily. If the Tiger player was going for the ball, they have every right to it. 4:52 on the clock, and Zoe Leonard's with a smile and a blush as she heads back down. 4:52 to go here in the first half, 28-19. Tigers lead. They led by as many as 16. They were up 23-7. Kaylee Johnson pressured. They go into Hannigan. Hannigan turns, fires. This one rolls off the right side, rebounded by Ludke. She'll give it off to Soltis. That quick point guard, and now they're going to get Soltis on a carry. There wasn't any contact, but there was pressure, and Soltis put it a little too underneath the hand as she tried to split 2 defenders, and that's one that sometimes players will get away with, but she didn't, as Buchers and Lewis check back in for Pine River-Backus. Kaylee Johnson, Alora Dahl, Burns, Buchers, and Lewis, the 5 on the floor for the Tigers. Shot clock at 15. Kaylee Johnson and Buchers at the free throw line. Lost the handle, drives in, got tied up, and they're going to give it the jump ball, and it's lost back to the Upsala Cardinals. 4:24 to go here in the opening half. They're looking for Soltis. Inbounds goes to Pilarski instead. Soltis will come and get it, and it's tipped and nearly taken away by Alora Dahl. Soltis back over to Pilarski, right side on the wing. Soltis will call out the play as Alora Dahl comes to put out the pressure. Here's the high screen from Zoe Leonard. A double screen, and now Kaylee Johnson. And I think we're going to have a foul. Are we going to get a foul on Kaylee Johnson? She got screened by Pilarski. And now fans not real happy with that one. And now I think Pine River-Backus wanted an illegal screen call. They whistled Kaylee Johnson on the push, her 3rd, and Dakota Soltis to the line. It's double bonus. So Kaylee Johnson off the bench now with 3 fouls. And the first free throw for Soltis rolls off to the right. Tulinchuk will come in for Johnson. Johnson lost her balance coming around the screen, and there was contact. The ball went out of bounds. Soltis 1 for 2 again. She's 3 for 6 from the free throw line. 28-20. Once again, Upsala has the lead down to 8. Sorry, Tulinchuk on the right side. Feel like the Tigers need a good bucket here, and they might get one. Here's Bukers on the inside, and they do. The pick and roll, and Tulinchuk with a great feed to Bukers. 30-20, lead back to 10. Soltis around 2 defenders. Here's a pump fake by Pilarski. Driving down left side in traffic. No offensive rebound. Zoe Leonard. Put back is off the mark. Tulinchuk finally corrals it for Pine River-Backus. 3.5 to play in the first half. 30-20 in favor of PRB. Bukers at the top. Hands off to Alora Dahl. Going down the left side. Goes up. Got contact. Fouled by Pilarski. Only the second trip to the free throw line for the Tigers here in the first half. Free throw disparity quite high here in the first half, at least in attempts. Alora Dahl, the senior, 5 points, 4 steals already in this one. First free throw off the window and in. Oh, Alora laughing. She put too much on that and put it perfectly off the square. And down the hoop it went. McKenna Graves, Isabel Leonard back in for Upsala. Alora lines up the second one. This one back iron, no, and the rebound ball. Sorry, Tulinchuk was tracking it down and ended up putting it off her toe. She out-hustled Upsala to the ball, just couldn't get it cleanly. Upsala will come back the other way. Again, the Tigers are double-teaming Soltis. Pilarski across the timeline. She'll drop it down. There's a give and go on the other side, but Pilarski missed the layup. Burns is going to get the rebound, and she was crashed into by Isabel Leonards. Oh, Pilarski with just an absolute wide open shot, and we've seen Upsala miss a couple of those. We've seen Pine River-Backus miss 1 or 2 of those in the first half as well. Following Isabel Leonards, her second, team 6, so no free throws for the Tigers yet. Here in the first half, here's Aaliyah Lewis. Top of the key, back to Lewis. Right side, good recovery by McKenna Graves. Here's Bukers. Bukers with a drive, puts up the runner. A little too strong, and the rebound out of bounds off of Isabel Leonards. And the rebound awarded to Pine River-Backus as Brianna Hannikin hops off the bench. 2:53 remaining here in the first half. Alora Dahl to toss it in. They go to Lewis. They set it up, and we're going to get, I think this is going to be an offensive foul. They're going to get Tulinchuk for a moving screen. They tried to set it up for Lewis on the near side. And, sorry, Tulinchuk. Oh, there is no personal foul. There was a whistle, and perhaps it was a bit of a warning. Oh, inadvertent whistle was the call. Sawyer Tulinchuk kind of jumped out. They were trying to set a double screen to free up Lewis for a three-pointer on the near side. And the whistle blew, and it looked like it potentially was going to be a moving screen call, and instead the official said, nope, inadvertent whistle. So the shot clock's at 20. Pine River-Backus keeps the basketball. 2:50 to go first half, 31-20. Mimi Bukers almost had Hannikin down low on the cut. Alora Dahl, shot clock at 8. Here's Bukers inside. Got contact, got fouled. Bukers to the free throw line. Bukers with 11 for the Tigers here in the first half. They've had great balance. She has 11. Tulinchuk has 8. Alora Dahl has 7. Make that 6. Foul on Zoe Leonards, her first. And Bukers, the sophomore, knocks down the first free throw. Brenna Graves returns for Upsala. Ella Dahl back in for Pine River-Backus. Bukers lines up the second free throw, drops that one in. 33-20, the lead back up to 13 for Pine River-Backus. Soltis over to Brenna Graves, right back to Soltis. Soltis to the right side, it's McKenna Graves. Baseline, back iron, no. Rebound tapped. Alora Dahl retrieves it for Pine River-Backus. To younger sister Ella Dahl, down to Hannikin on the baseline. Drops it to Bukers. Here comes the double team, back out to Hannikin. Pine River-Backus brings it back up. Now Eladal, a late decision, takes the three off the left side. Rebound tapped. Parlarski has it. Tried to throw it down court. It's taken away by Hannikin. Here's Tulinchek. Tulinchek off balance just as Isabel Leonard's cut in front of her. Rebound to Soltis. Soltis to the left side. Parlarski sets, fires for three. Too strong. Good block out by Hannikin. Got it taken away. Now we're going to have a jump ball. Boy, that was a quick whistle. Oh, if I'm Coach Klug, I'm not liking that. That was a pretty, they both had it, but that was a pretty quick jump ball call as Brenna Graves was ripping it out of the hands of Brianna Hannikin. Coach Klug going to ask the official about that quick whistle. Certainly not happy about it. I wouldn't be either, as it took an easy layup away from the Cardinals. 33-20 it stays. Pine River-Backus. Hannikin looking for Buchers, but too strong. And Pine River-Backus turns it over for the 9th time this half. Burns is going to come in for Hannikin. 1:43 left on the clock. Tom Ritters from Upsala's boys team, victorious today. He'll join me at the half. I think that's all right. He's just hanging out up here. Here's a shot on the other side, and there's one drops in for Isabel Leonard's her first field goal. She got 3. 33-22, Pine River-Backus. Minute and a half, and now here's a pass tipped, and that's going to be an over and back. It was tipped by McKenna Graves. The PRB fans don't like it, but that's the correct call because McKenna Graves tipped it. Ella Dahl actually tipped it in the front court to the back court. Therefore, the violation. They don't like it, but that was the correct call. As Soltis flipped it back. Here's a drive. Here's a pull-up. Pilarski, free throw line, drains it from the elbow. Pilarski has 5, 33-24. The lead at 9 for Pine River-Backus with 72 seconds to go. Tulinchek cut off and taken away. Soltis with a great defensive play. And now it's knocked out of bounds by Tulinchek trying to gather it back. Upsala basketball. Pilarski, long throw in to Brenna Graves. Brenna brings it up the near side. We're going to get by Eladal, nearly tied up. Here's a running shot, missed everything by McKenna Graves. Pine River-Backus has it. Upsala trying to get back, good hustle, and Pilarski knocks it out of bounds on the near side. .51 seconds to go here in half number 1 of the girls matchup. Ariana Burns, the handoff back to Tulinchek. Soltis, and they're cut off. Pilarski got it this time. Pilarski reading passes, and now it's turned right back over, and Alora Dahl. And we had Soltis with contact and a foot on the line. Pine River-Backus basketball, 42 seconds ago in the first half. Things getting wild, a lot of turnovers. Teams have combined for 25, and it's pretty much, well, it's as even as it can be. Tulinchek, 3, left side. That one too strong. Rebound to Brenna Graves, and she got it knocked away. Ella Dahl got a piece of it. Ella looking inside to Tulinchek. Tulinchek goes around the defender off the glass and in. She's got 10. 35-24. Shot clock is off. 30 seconds. Now Soltis got tripped up, and we're going to have a timeout. Timeout by Nick Klug and the Upsala Cardinals. We'll keep it here because we only have 14 seconds left here of this first half. Getting pretty wild as Pine River-Backus led by as many as 16. That lead got trimmed down to 8. Right now it's at 11. It's Pine River-Backus 35 and Upsala 24. So this 30-second timeout as Soltis lost her balance, went down to the ground, kept possession. Coach Klug quickly taking time out, and it could be a very important possession. Upsala gets a bucket here, gets a little momentum. That can turn things. We saw a 3 from just across the half-court stripe in the first half of the boys' game. Pine River-Backus was hoping that would turn into some big second-half momentum. It wasn't the case in that game, but it can always be a case. 13 seconds. Isabel Leonards got it knocked away by Tulinchek, but right into the hands of Soltis. Here comes the double team. Soltis lost her balance again. She's on the line. It's turned over, and there is no argument there. Soltis, there was no contact. I saw it cleanly. There was traffic, but no contact, and she turned it over. Now the Tigers could potentially cash it in. 5.5 to go. Here's Alora Dahl. Flips it out. Ella Dahl, right side, 3. Got it at the buzzer! Ella Dahl from the right side wing buries her first bucket of the first half to send the Tigers into the locker room up 14. 38-24, Pine River-Backus leads as we break. Our halftime report coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
LLC, online at TrumpExcavating.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash. Open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
College goes far beyond the buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
We welcome you to halftime of this girls contest. Devin Kruger here with you. Pine River-Backus leading 38-24. Now joining us is Tom Ritters, head coach of the Upsala boys team. A big win today in the section, your 14th win, 80-42. I thought really kind of overall a pretty impressive game. You guys really, you're physical, you hustle. What are some things that stood out to you, Tom, in the victory today here in Pine River?
I think for me, what stood out, I think they kind of came out and I think they thought they could outbig us. They started that big number 40, played a little bit in the JV game, but we've kind of been competitive in practice, and I thought our defensive scheme was really good. We played a really aggressive man-to-man. They kind of resorted to kind of backing down a couple guys, and we kind of started reading that and digging off our guys and just playing well. So, when you can hold a team to 42 points in high school basketball, you're going to be pretty successful. So I thought our defensive hustle was phenomenal. Yep. A couple small things we got to work on. Always, like we talked about in the pregame, we're not going to play a perfect 36 minutes, but I think we were close to 30 today, so I'll take that any day.
I think so, and of course in the first half, you built up a big lead with a huge run. You had the usual few minutes. You're kind of figuring things out, what's going to work, what's not going to work. And then what I thought was also impressive about the team is that when you went on the big run in the first half, it was the contributions from a few different people. I mean, Jack Primus got hot. He hit shot after shot. Yep. But then Breckerman, he got into it. And then you had just some key shots from other pieces. How has that come through the season for you guys, and what does it mean to your success?
Yeah, we rely a lot on Noah and Jack. They're kind of our two main guys, and if we can get Aiden and Joseph and Sammy, our freshman, we kind of joke he's our little 3-point specialist freshman. So he's starting to take the ball to the basket a little bit. But if we can get good games out of Noah and Jack, which we consistently do, just those complementary pieces. If we can get 2 or 3 other guys close to 10 points, we've had some I think we were close to probably having 3 or 4 guys around 10. Noah and Jack obviously just had phenomenal games. Aiden had 9 or so. Sammy had 9. So we get 4 of our starters close to double figures. We're hard to guard. We have 4 really good high-end guards, and it's like today's matchup when they were that zone, we were just able to outquick them a little bit and get the ball in the high post and then get some good kickouts, and we shot well. We made a lot of corner threes, a lot of wing threes, and then once you shoot well like that, now they got to extend the zone, and then a little bit there in the second half when we got it, we really extended that lead in the second half. Then we were able to attack the rim a little bit better. So it kind of opens it up for us. So
yeah, the speed stood out to me with what you guys had, and not only the balance, but also the passing. You can't have the good speed, breaking down zones, breaking down man. You can't do that without the speed. And you had talked about in the pregame about how defensively you'll mix it up, and you felt you had 5 guys that could really play anywhere on the court. We really saw that come to fruition, I think, on that offensive side as well.
Yeah, it's funny. Pregame, I talked about our zone. We didn't play zone
I didn't see
one time.
it.
We didn't play zone one time today.
I was going to ask you about that, Tom.
I think it's hard to say what other coaches think, but I think they maybe thought since we played predominantly a zone defense, maybe they were starting the bigs thinking they were going to back us down and play against our zone. And we looked at our matchups and we were happy with that. And a couple other guys were score first guys, so we adjusted to that and kind of we left some guys and were able to double team a little bit, and it worked out for us. So
yeah, really nice win here. 14-5 on the season. Obviously, plenty of season to go, but an impressive win here today, Coach. Thank you for the time.
I really appreciate it. Thanks for all you do.
Hey, good luck the rest of the way.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's Tom Ritters, head coach for the Upsala Cardinals. We'll recap the first half with the numbers when we come back, as the Pine River-Backus girls have the lead over Upsala 38-24 here on yourliveevent.com.
And make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB.
Devin Kruger back with you here, yourliveevent.com, as the Pine River-Backus girls have the lead 38-24 at the half. Again, Upsala boys got the win in game 1 today, 80-42. Looking at the first half stats, I didn't even realize this, that I didn't add some of them up before when I was taking the break, because I was chatting with Coach Ritters for the boys matchup. Let's see, team-wise, the Upsala Cardinals had 15 turnovers in the first half. That's certainly something they cannot do in the second half if they want to have a comeback victory. For Pine River-Backus, for a while, it was a bit of a disparity. I think at one point it was 9-3 in terms of the turnovers for Pine River-Backus had that +6 margin. It's closed up a little bit. Pine River-Backus with 12 in the first half. So 15 on Upsala, 12 on Pine River-Backus. Rebounding dead heat at 19 overall. On the offensive rebounds, though, Upsala has 6 compared to Pine River-Backus' 2. For the free throws in the first half, Upsala certainly with more attempts, as they've had 14 attempts in the first half. They're pretty much a 50% clip. Let me double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, 8 of 14, so just over 50%. 8 of 14 from the free throw line. Pine River-Backus is 4 of 6. Individually, Upsala with a number of point scores in the first half. Leading scorer Dakota Soltis, she has 6. Samantha Pilarski, she's got 5. 4 for Brenna Graves, 3 for Isabel Lenners, 3 for Zoe Lenners, 2 for Isabel Ripplinger, and 1 for McKenna Graves for the Upsala Cardinals. For the Pine River-Backus Tigers, some good performances in this first half, as it's 12 in the first half for, actually make that 13 in the first half for Mimi Bukers, 10 in the first half for Sawyer Chulinchek, 6 for Alora Dahl, 3 for Brianna Hannikin, 3 for Ella Dahl, hitting that buzzer-beating 3 to end the half, and 3 for Kaylee Johnson off the bench. So 38-24, those are the stats from the first half. Let's get you the second half started here, as Upsala will start with the basketball here in the second half. Upsala in the whites, Pine River-Backus in the blacks. Upsala will go to my left, our left, here in half number 2. So here we go. 14-point lead. Pine River-Backus led by as many as 16 in the first half, 23-7. Upsala was able to cut that lead down to 8 at 23-15 with an 8-0 run. But now 38-14 as, what are they doing here? Oh, they're doing a giveaway. So the clock had run out and everybody was back on the floor. And then they decided they were going to do the 50-50 raffle drawing here for the start of the second half. So let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll get the second half started. Pine River-Backus leading 38-24 here on your liveevent.com.
Sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
Welcome back to Pine River-Backus, as the Upsala Cardinals had the first ball. It was just kind of interesting. They're doing a benefit here today, and then the entire halftime clock ran out, and then they did some drawings for some ticket winners. So then, of course, when we took the commercial break, they got done with that and quickly put the ball in play. So a shot by Soltis, missed, offensive rebound missed by Upsala, and then a foul on Soltis after Pine River-Backus collected the second rebound. That's where we're at. 38-24 in favor of Pine River-Backus. Sawyer Chulinchek. Well, Coach Klug wanted an arm extension offensive foul. Maybe might have had a point on that one. Alora Dahl on the right side. Stops. Now has a long two-point shot on the way. That one hard off the glass. And the rebound to Soltis for Upsala. Soltis looking up ahead, and Isabel Lenners cannot quite corral it, and she loses it out of bounds. Turnover on Upsala here to start the second half. Upsala 10-9 coming into today's game. Pine River-Backus 8-11. Tigers looking for their fourth straight win in the series. Now Chulinchek off a steal from Hannikin. That one rolls off the right side, out of bounds. Last touch by Hannikin. Upsala basketball. Haley Ludke will check in. She'll come in for Soltis here early in the second half. First minute gone. Pine River-Backus coming out with the full court pressure. So with Soltis out, Pilarski and Brenna Graves probably going to be counted on for ball handling duties. And now we're going to have a jump ball. That one tied up with Ripplinger and Elidol, so that's another turnover on the Cardinals. Pine River-Backus will have the possession arrow. Tulenchik will inbound it to Buchers. Looking there, Hannikin posting up against Isabel Leonard. Little too short, boy. She had the height advantage and just didn't get the finish. Upsala rebounds. Brenna Graves flips it back out to Leonard. Leonard's driving left side. Boy, she had Brenna all wide open, and Pine River-Backus late to get down on the blocks, and Brenna missed it, and then another offensive rebound. But for Pine River-Backus, you got a 14-point lead, but you've got to do a better job of getting down and getting bodies on the blocks. Upsala had Brenna Graves with nobody near her for the weak side rebound. She missed the shot, but then Leonard's got another chance, and she will knock down the first free throw here. Foul was on Mimi Buchers, her third, so she will go sit with 13 points and 3 fouls. Ariana Burns checks in. Soltis already back for Upsala as the second free throw on the way. This one off to the left, and it's going to be tracked down by the Dahl sisters, Ella and Alora. 38-25. Pine River-Backus. Alora Dahl to Ella Dahl. Heavy pressure from Ripplinger. Upsala trying to crank up the pressure, and now they're going to get a bump and a block on Ripplinger. That will be her third. Tulenchik lobs it up to Alora Dahl. Back over to Sawyer. Looking for the screen and the pick and roll. The ball was tipped into the backcourt. Are they going to say over and back? Well, we had one of those in the first half. Coach Shealy saying that wasn't the official saying that. So in the first half there was a tip. Elidol tipped it before it went half court, and it was a backcourt violation. Now they got this one. I don't know if Sawyer Tulenchik got a piece of that one. I thought that was straight tipped out of her hands. So the Tiger fans unhappy about that one again. Here's Brenna Graves kicking it out to the near side to Isabel Leonard as the Tigers turned it over for the first time this half. Ripplinger in the corner, looking to spin, kicks it to Leonard. Leonard pump fake the three, thought about driving, realized she didn't have the dribble. Now here's Pilarski airballing the three right into the hands of Tulenchik. First 2 minutes gone, and we only have a free throw from Upsala. Here's Alora Dahl looking to change it. 3-ball, too long. Offensive rebound for Sawyer Tulenchik. It's only the third offensive rebound today for the Tiger ladies. Alora Dahl with the shot clock at 10. I don't think they reset it. I thought that ball caught rim. Upsala definitely getting more aggressive defensively. Ella Dahl going to take the long three. This one misses everything short. It's out of bounds to the Cardinals. Well, not the most clean start to the half here for this ladies matchup. Soltis drops it back to Pilarski. Gives it to Ripplinger, and she traveled. And, she went over and back. Ripplinger caught it right on the stripe, and I think she said the official's saying that she caught it, and he's saying that she had all 3 points across. You have to have both feet and the ball across half court. They're saying that she stepped on the line, I think, and therefore it was an over and back. Coach Klug can't believe the call and didn't really care for the explanation. Here's Brianna Hannikin, kicks it out to Ella Dahl. Alora at the top. Hannikin across the lane, pump fakes, goes up, tough shot, missed wide to left, and Upsala rebounds. Upsala's cranking up the pressure defense, definitely affecting the Tigers a little bit on the offensive end. Here's a drive by Brenna Graves, bump, they're going to wave it, they're going to say they travel. Ariana Burns with the help defense, and Brenna tried to work around her. That is the fourth turnover already of the half, and second half starting a little bit like the first when you look at the turnovers. Upsala already with 4, Pine River-Backus with 1. Kaylee Johnson back in for the Tigers. 38-25. We have played over 3 minutes in the second half. Tulenchik with a drive, missed everything, got it long, right into the hands of Soltis. Tigers have yet to score this half. Soltis with the long pass through the hands of Brenna Graves, and Upsala just unable to capitalize on the slow start offensively for the Tigers, as they've now turned it over 5 times here in the first 3+ minutes. Ludke back in for the Upsala Cardinals. Tulenchik, right side deep on the wing. Looking inside for Burns. A pass tipped up in the air, and it's going to be, what do we have? Did we get a jump? I thought that Ludke was trying to call for time. They're going to call the jump ball, and it's turned over by the Tigers. That's their second this half, 14th in the game. Isabel Leonards will toss it in. Tigers in their 1-2-2 full court. Really making Soltis work. Pass tipped, but into Leonards. Leonards with a high dribble, just about carried it over to Pilarski. Pilarski, a deep three on the way. This one up and over the backboard off the rim, and Pine River-Backus has the basketball. Now coming in for the first time, 8th grader Ella Brewer for the PRB Tigers. She'll replace Tulinchek. Played almost 4 minutes of this second half. Only 1 point scored with a free throw from Upsala. Defensively, they're making it tough on the Tigers. Here's Kaylee Johnson. Stop, pop, three. This one in and out. Offensive rebound was tipped by Hannikin into the hands of an Upsala Cardinal. Up ahead, it's Isabel Leonards left side, and she just gets the layup to roll in. Good look ahead for Upsala on the break. Brewer, fresh off the bench, left side, one dribble, picked it up. Hannikin to Burns. Burns driving right side, goes up, tough shot, got it! First bucket for the sophomore Ariana Burns. Coach Klug wanted to travel, and now an air-mailed pass over Isabel Leonards, another turnover on the Cardinals. That was pretty close to a travel by Burns, but that call goes to no call, I should say, goes away to the Tigers. 13:32 on the clock. Here's Alora Dahl. Pilarski with a little reach there. Didn't get the contact. Here's the pick and roll. Here's Hannikin down the right side. All sorts of contact. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by a Cardinal. That one looked all sorts of awkward because the pass back to Hannikin was tipped by a Cardinal. It looked like Hannikin had it. Took about 3 steps. Had an Upsala Cardinal with possession of the ball with her. Getting pretty physical, really. Here's Burns. Quick three left side. This one spins out. Rebounded by Soltis. Upsala basketball. Upsala in the whites. Pilarski on the left side. Pump fakes. Here's a drive. Goes into Burns. A shot up. No, they're going to get the blocking call on Burns. And Pilarski is going to go to the free throw line. Foul on Burns will be her first, team second. I wouldn't have minded a no call on that one. There was contact. I didn't think it was enough for a charge, but because there wasn't really an advantage, I don't know if Burns really deserved the block either. First free throw by Pilarski is in. Makes it 40-28. Second free throw rolls off the right. Stays 40-28. Kaylee Johnson quickly on the other end to Brewer. Brewer, the kick back to Alora Dahl. Back over to Johnson. We are just over 5 minutes into the into the second half. Would be the third quarter if we played quarters. I haven't done that in a few years. Here's Buchers. One dribble over to Johnson. Back to Buchers. Buchers looking to drive. The underhand flip. That one off the mark. Got her own rebound. Second chance for the Tigers. They've already matched the first half in offensive rebounds. Alora Dahl to Brewer. Hannikin, shot clock at 10. Hannikin driving, going up, left hand up off the glass and in. Hannikin has 5. Here comes Upsala and a turnover, another pass. This time it was on target, slipped right through the hands of Isabel Leonards. I think both coaches would agree this is the less than cleanest half that they've played for the start of this second half of basketball. It was 38-24 at the break. Each team with 4 points this half, but it's been tough sledding. Aliyah Lewis back in for the PRB Tigers. Gets the break, sets up, puts the shot up off the front iron, and the rebound to Isabel Leonards. Soltis up ahead. Pilarski. Oh, I think she copped off with that three off a little hop step. I think she got away with the travel. Offensive rebound. Pilarski sets, wants another shot at it. This one again off the front iron. Got it back again. Pilarski rolling around the right side. Puts it off the glass and in. Pilarski with 8. 42-30. Alora Dahl across the timeline. Right side to Kaylee Johnson. Here comes the screen. Johnson there defended well by Upsala. They know the screen and roll is coming. Here's Alora Dahl. Buchers rolls to the hoop. Hannikin at the high post. Flips it back. Looking for Lewis. Intercepted. Tipped away by Ludke. Ludke with nobody in front of her. Puts it off the glass and in for her first bucket. The lead back down to 10 at 42-32. 11:10 to go here in the second half. Lots of time left in this one. And Coach Tucker Sheely wanting a timeout here. 11:06 to go in half number 2. It is Pine River-Backus 42 and Upsala 32. Back in a moment on yourliveevent.com.
Fuel and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash. Open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
42-32, Pine River-Backus in front. Pine River-Backus scored the first 6 of the game. They've led a wire-to-wire. Sorry, Chulinchek to Bukers. Bukers on the left side, up to Johnson. Johnson with a drive, over to Chulinchek. Chulinchek flips it back. Johnson at the free throw line with a pump fake. Back to Chulinchek. Plenty of time for the Tigers. Here's the screen from Bukers. Johnson to Hannikin, tipped and stolen. Brenna Graves fresh off the bench again. Flips it to Pilarski, left side, just got the friendly roll. And now a timeout is not 1 but 2 Upsala Cardinals having to relay shoes after that play. The lead back down to 8. That's as close as Upsala got after Pine River-Backus extended a 16-point lead in the first half. Tigers have led by as many as 14 in the second half. Coach Klug imploring his defense to keep digging. Tigers have only scored 4 points here in the second half. They've tried to drive. They've tried their picks and rolls. Upsala's defended it well. Tulinchek, this one rolls in and out. Kaylee Johnson battling for the rebound, and what do we have? She traveled. Got the rebound, but then moved the feet as she was trying to find someone to shovel it to. 5th turnover on the Tigers here in the second half. Here comes Upsala. It's Pilarski. She's going to stop and pop on the wing. 3 on the way. Front iron, no. Alora Dahl with it. She's got Hannikin if she wants her. Didn't give her the lead. Now Bukers looking to drive. Bukers stops, spins, and that's a double dribble. That was a little bit of a delayed call. It should have been a travel or a double dribble. No argument from the Pine River-Backus faithful on that one. And Upsala trying to get the big momentum for a comeback. Ludke looking to toss it in. Gives it off to Soltis. Soltis held to just 6 points here, averaging 15 a game. Pilarski, long pass on the fingertips. They kick it back out. Here's Brenna Graves for 3. Got it! Brenna Graves with 7 on the kickout from Ludke, and this lead is down to 5. 42-37, 9:40 to go in the second half. We expected it close. It was almost a little surprising. Now Bukers inside, quick shot, and there's a big-time answer for the PRB Tigers. Bukers has 15. Here's Upsala again, breaking the press. Pilarski up the right side. Here's a pass, that one looking for Soltis. Tip loose and stolen away. Alora Dahl had it, then Bukers had it, and then Bukers is going to be fouled by Soltis. That's the 5th steal of the game for Alora Dahl. Ripplinger will come in for Pilarski for Upsala. 44-37 PRB. We expected this one to be good, and Upsala with a bit of a comeback, making it good. Upsala 10-9 on the year, PRB 8-11. Hannikin on the right side. There's Bukers down across the lane. She had Tulinchek. The pass was late. It's rolled out to Johnson. To Hannikin. Hannikin driving down the right side. Flips it back to Tulinchek. Tigers should probably just reset it. Tulinchek inside to Bukers. Bukers, the spin, the shot, the score. Lead back to 46-37. Soltis one-hands it to the near side. Ludke turns, gives it to Ripplinger. Left side. It's Brenna Graves. Brenna driving, runner across the lane. No offensive rebound. Short on the putback by Zoe Leonard. Offensive rebound by Graves. Up top to Ludke, launching it. Left side, no good. And Sawyer Chulinchek rebounds. Up ahead, she's got Hannikin. Hannikin pump fakes, up off the glass, no. And the rebound to Zoe Leonard. Upsala quickly back the other way. 8:20 to go. Soltis stops just inside the free throw line. That one rolls off the left, and Buchers cleaning the glass for PRB. Buchers flips it back to Alora Dahl. 46-37 Tigers. Buchers almost had Johnson on a backdoor cut. Here's Buchers trying to go against Zoe Leonards. Knocked loose. Scramble. Jump ball. Stays with Pine River-Backus. Subs in as McKenna Graves, Pilarski, and Isabel Leonards all checking back in. Soltis, Brenna Graves, and Zoe Leonards to the bench. Just under 8 to play. The screen, the roll, nothing there. Alora Dahl goes up top to Tulinchek. Right back to Alora. Ripplinger with the defense. Alora tries to shake her. Here's a step back. Here's a three. This one off to the left. And the rebound to Upsala. McKenna Graves gives it to Ludke, right back to McKenna. The Graves twins. Haven't seen them really on the floor together much. Here's a nice cut. Here's a stop right in front of the free throw line. Shot, no offensive rebound. Here's a kick out. Here's McKenna Graves. Her three ball is off the mark. Rebound on the deck. It's going to go out of bounds. It was last touched by Mimi Buchers, and Upsala has yet another offensive chance. Tigers have got to do a better job on the rebounds. Burns will come in for Buchers. McKenna Graves going to toss it in, and now there's a question on the jump ball, and on the possession arrow, it is Upsala's possession arrow. Ella Dahl checking back in for PRB, replacing Johnson. Shot clock at 20, 7:26 to go. Second half, 9-point Tigers lead. Long inbounds to Pilarski. Pilarski looking to drive, and she got caught and tripped. Hannikin was getting set to try to take a charge. No shot. The foul is going to be on Alora Dahl on the reach. Team foul number 3. In fact, both teams, 3 team fouls here in the second half. McKenna Graves goes up top to Pilarski. Pump fakes on Tulinchek. Drops it back to McKenna. McKenna with the drive, and that's going to be a foul on Burns. Burns trying to come and help the Tigers. The one thing I like about them, they try to get into spots to take charge calls. They try to get there. They're just a little bit late. They got to recognize it. They have to anticipate it just a touch better. There was one that I thought they were going to get earlier in the game. They didn't. They just got to be a step quicker to those spots as Burns picks up the foul, her second. McKenna Graves, senior guard at the free throw line, hits free throw number 1. Buchers will come in for Hannikin. 46-38. Second free throw from the left-hander, McKenna Graves, and she knocks it in. 46-39, 7-point game, 7:15 to play. Alora Dahl to Tulinchek. Tulinchek surveying. Here's Burns posting up inside. Buchers to Alora Dahl. Alora 6 points in the first half, has not scored in the second. Buchers flips it back to Ella Dahl. Ella at the high post, looking back to Tulinchek. Tulinchek into the lane to Alora Dahl. Alora hits the brakes, nicely cut off by Ripplinger. Down to 8 in the shot clock. Buchers to Tulinchek. Tulinchek with the runner, and this one rolls in off the front iron. First bucket for Tulinchek in the second half. Buchers and Tulinchek combined for 23 in the first half. They combined for 6 here in the second. Here's Pilarski. Wide open three, left side. Tigers catch a break, but an offensive rebound by Leonards. They're going to wave it off, and she traveled. Offensive rebound, but then the extra step coming across the lane by Isabel Leonards as Soltis checks back in for Ludke. 6:29 to go. Coach Nick Klug says, I need a timeout. 6:29 on the clock. Pine River-Backus 48. Upsala 39. We break as we got more right after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
The buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
This one a long way from being decided. Devin Kruger here with you, 6:29 to go. Pine River-Backus has led throughout. Upsala going to come out with some pressure. Alora Dahl dribbles through it. Sawyer Chulinchek dumps it down to Buchers. Buchers got tied up a bit. Buchers hands it off to Burns. Burns goes up, and Burns powers through for a big-time bucket for Pine River-Backus. Here's McKenna Graves. McKenna up the right side. Tigers trying to face guard Soltis. She comes to get it. 50-39 PRB. Alora Dahl just about got the steal. Over to Pilarski into the corner. McKenna Graves, long three, and she nipped it off the backboard and in. How did that make it through? That one, they'll have to watch the film on. Burns double teamed. Burns in trouble, and we have a jump. We do, and it's turned over to Upsala. Brenna Graves will come in for her twin sister McKenna. 50-42, Pine River-Backus. Led by as many as 16 in the first, as many as 14 in the second. Upsala had cut it to within 5. They could do the same if they knock down a 3 on this possession or get the three-point play. Here's Ripplinger to the outside. Pilarski pump fakes a 3, drives in, goes left side, off the glass and in. Pilarski, very good driving to the basket. 7 this half, 12 in the game. 50-44. Hannikin, and we're going to get a foul. Boy, Upsala had her trapped in a tough spot, but there was contact. Ripplinger picks up her 4th. Ludke will come in. Team foul number 4 on the Cardinals here in this half. Tulchik inbounds it to Alora Dahl. Alora to the near side wing to Kaylee Johnson. Johnson, well, it was a good cutoff looking for Bucher. She's in trouble, had it stripped. Soltis with the steal. Soltis down the left side, and she carried it again. Trying to do a little hesitation, and Coach Klug, she looked over and he goes, yeah, you did. 10th turnover this half, 25 in the game on Upsala. Pine River-Backus has committed 20 turnovers, both far too many for a coach's liking. 6-point Tigers lead. Kaylee Johnson looking for Buchers, tipped away by Lenners. Tigers turn it over on the other end. That should be an offensive foul, and it is. Brenna Graves down the right side. She tried to slow down and kick it out, and Brianna Hannikin was right there waiting for her, and Upsala turns it back over to PRB. Elladall in, Johnson out for the Tigers. 4:57 to go. Second half. Alora Dahl surveying, gets around Soltis. Gives it to Hannikin. Upsala's definitely picked up the tempo. Now Buchers with a 3 on the way. Off to the left side. Rebound tapped. And there's going to be a scramble. And what do we have? Soltis goes through the legs. And Pilarski unable to keep possession. Pine River-Backus will be awarded the dead ball team rebound. Alora Dahl will toss it in. 4:42 to play. Lobs it into Buchers. Buchers to Elladall. Back to Alora. Shot clock was reset at 20, so the Tigers have a little time here. Buchers, boy, Ludke read that well. She'll hand it off to Alora Dahl down the left side. And there's going to be a bump. There's going to be a foul. And Dakota Soltis not thrilled with the whistle. That will be number 3 on Soltis. And that'll put the shot clock back at 20 again. Team foul number 6 on Upsala. They lob it into Buchers. She tips it up. Buchers pump fakes, goes with the finger roll. That one goes through, and that one was tipped up somehow by Sawyer Tulinchek. 52-44, and now we have a scramble, and we're going to have a jump ball. Soltis and Tulinchek, and it's turned back over to Pine River-Backus. Soltis very frustrated right now. Soltis averaging 15 a game for Upsala. She has 6. She has not scored this half. Tigers going to try to take advantage of that situation and with another Upsala turnover. Here's Tulinchek looking out. Here's Hannikin, left side on the wing. Clock nearing 4 minutes to go here in half number 2. Shot clock at 7. Ella Dahl. Ella to the free throw line, looking for Hannikin. It's tipped. It went off of Hannikin, and the Tigers seem to get a little bit panicked when the countdown is coming up from the bench. And I've said before, I'm from Wisconsin. I have seen the Wisconsin Badgers take that shot clock to 2 so many times, and one of the things that's always impressive is how calm they remain. It's 2 full seconds. You can make a pass. You can make a dribble. Here's a drive down by Ludke. Her shot well short of the mark. Buchers gets the rebound. Over to Alora Dahl. Trying to go to Hannikin inside. Oh, a lot of contact, no call there. They work it around to Buchers. Buchers with the spin. Trying to go back to Hannikin. The pass was off the mark into the hands of Ludke. Tigers turnover up ahead. Soltis first points this half. It's 52-46. You know, the Tigers, if they get down to that shot clock, though, you can't panic. Make the pass, still square up, get a good shot off. Here's Tulinchek inside the free throw line. Left that one well short of the mark. It's out of bounds, and Upsala has a chance to get as close as they've been since quite early in this game. Tigers will bring out the pressure. Long pass, that was ill-advised. Right to Hannikin. Hannikin down the lane, scrambled, and what are we going to have? We're going to have a timeout for Pine River-Backus just as they had possession still. Timeout, Tucker Shealy after an Upsala turnover. 3:07 to go in the second half. Pine River-Backus 52, Upsala 46. Back with more right after this. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Back in action, Tigers basketball, just under 3 to play. 6-point game between Pine River-Backus and Upsala. Here's Buchers, wide open underneath for a finish, and a great play call coming out of the timeout for the Tigers to push it to 54-46. Here's a long pass down. Brenna Graves wraps it around to Ludke. Too high off the window. Rebound, Ludke wins it, and after the scramble, Pine River-Backus has the basketball. Coach Klug thought there was a foul on Ludke. Might have an argument there. 2.5 to play. High post, Hannikin. Hannikin. Defense sags off just a tad. They go up to Ella Dahl. That one tipped back. Ella looking for a screen for Buchers. Soltis kind of pushed her way through it, and that's perfectly fine as long as you don't push too hard. Shot clock at 9. Tulinchek to Hannikin. Hannikin driving down the left side. Lots of traffic. The ball got blocked on the way up. Upsala has it, and then we're going to have a foul on Pine River-Backus. Foul will be on Sawyer Tulinchek. That'll be her third. Foul trouble. Ripplinger just coming back in for Upsala has 4, and then Soltis has 3. For Pine River-Backus, Kaylee Johnson, Tulinchek, and Buchers all have 3. Team fouls, 5 on the Tigers, 6 on Upsala. Possession arrow in favor of the Cardinals. Just under 2 to play in an 8-point game. Here's Isabel Lenners, and I think she traveled. She did. And that was, again, outstanding defense by Brianna Hannikin. She stood tall. She did not move. Lenners tried to work around her, slid the step, and was called for the extra step. 1:52 to go, timeout for Upsala. They'll have 1 remaining. 54-46 Tigers on YourLiveEvent.com.
Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
Upsala is going to bring out full court pressure, trying to speed up this Tigers team. Alora Dahl gets by her defender Pilarski into the front court. Tigers up by 8. Be interesting to see if they try to take the shot clock down, or maybe it's one of those where if you get a layup, go take it. Here's Alora Dahl. She tries to take it, left it underneath the backboard. Rebound, and now Ella Dahl with a big-time steal. Tulinchek wide open underneath. Too strong, and Upsala catches a huge break. 15 turnovers in each half, 30 in the game on Upsala. They're still within reach. Here's Brenna Graves for stepping into a three. No. Rebound out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Upsala. 25-14 is the rebounding edge in the second half for the Cardinals. 1:14 to go. Upsala has one timeout remaining. Pine River-Backus has 2. Here's Brenna Graves. This one, the turnaround, no. Got her on rebound. Puts it up again. Got it. 9 points for Brenna Graves. She averages 12 a game. 54-48, 60 seconds to go. Ella Dahl on the near side around the defenders. Drops it in. It's Buchers right side and the layup. Buchers with 8 this half, 21 in the game. Coach Sheely said she's been putting in more lately. Now here's Brenna Graves. 45 seconds to go. Pilarski for 3. This one front iron, no. And a good block out that time by Buchers. Will Upsala choose to foul? Only 36 seconds to go. And now Pilarski, 2 hands on Alora Dahl. And indeed, Upsala's going to try to extend the game here. That will put the Tigers into the bonus. PRB has not shot a free throw this entire half until right now, and there's only 35 seconds to go. Alora Dahl to the line, 6 points today, all in the first half. She's 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. And the first one rattles in for the senior. She gets the bonus. Again, both the teams coming into today are kind of on an upswing. 8 of the last 11 for Upsala, 6 of the last 9 for Pine River-Backus, and Alora knocks them both down, 58-48. That does make it a 4-possession game. Brenna Graves to Pilarski. Lobs it down to Ripplinger. Upsala can't waste time. Here's a pass out one. Too high, tipped away. Pine River-Backus with the turnover and a foul by Brenna Graves. That might seal it with 24 seconds to go, and unfortunately for Upsala fans, almost a fitting end to any potential comeback, as they have had turnover troubles all day today. Pine River-Backus hasn't exactly been a caretaker of the ball. Sorry, Tulinchek at the line for the first time today, and the sophomore nails the first one. Few fans start to clear out with the clock at 24. Second one up and good, too. She knocks him down. Sawyer had a strong game. She had 16. And now we have a foul on Pine River-Backus. You don't really want to do that or need to do that with 23 seconds to go. That's team foul number 6, so it does not put Upsala into the bonus. You understand the pressure. You understand that that's still what the Tigers do, but you don't need to commit a foul that far away from the basket. Shot clock is off. Final 20 seconds. Soltis, jump pass to Pilarski. Pilarski stops, launches the 3 on the left side. Badly missed to the right. Upsala's hit they've hit 4 threes, I guess, 2 in each half. Tigers with the rebound. Ella Dahl down the other end with 7. She'll lay it up and in. 5 points for Ella Dahl. Pine River-Backus is going to end this game on a 12-0 run as Pilarski's shot is off the mark. Wouldn't have counted anyway, and that's a final. Pine River-Backus inching closer to the 500 mark. Winners now of 7 of 10. Pine River-Backus with the victory, 62-48. The post-game recap starts next as the doubleheader. It's a split with PRB and Upsala here today on YourLiveEvent.com.
Question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
We welcome you back to Pine River and PRB Schools as the Pine River-Backus Tigers and Upsala Cardinals split this doubleheader today. The boys' side, it was Upsala winning big 80-42. On the girls' side, very competitive, but Pine River-Backus at the same time leads wire to wire and gets a 62-48 win. Devin Kruger here with you. As we take a look at the recap, Pine River-Backus led 38-24 at the half, had as much as a 16-point lead in the first half. Upsala was able to cut it in the first half to single digits, but the Tigers took the 14 lead into the break. They end up even in the second half, each team scoring 24. Both defenses very aggressive. Both defenses caused a lot of turnovers on the opponents. The Tigers were able to take a little better advantage of it. Upsala did a good job of getting extra opportunities on the rebounding aspect of things, didn't capitalize enough to make the comeback on the PRB Tigers in the second half. Upsala cut the lead to 5. That's as close as they got. They got it down. They scored the first few points of the second half, got it in that 9-11 range. Then Upsala was able to cut the lead to 5. We're with 42-37. 42-37. That was about at the halfway point. But the Tigers were able to respond. They pushed the lead back out to double figures at 11, and then they ended the game on an 8-0 run to give us the final margin of 62-48. Looking at the final numbers for this one, team stats, turnovers, far too many for both teams, that's for sure. 31 on Upsala, 23 for Pine River-Backus. Rebounding, Upsala got the edge, 45-35 overall, and 17-6 on the offensive glass. From the free throw line, Pine River-Backus not near as many opportunities, but they made the most of it. They were 8 out of 10 from the charity stripe. Upsala was 12 out of 20. Individually for the Cardinals, leading the way today was Samantha Pilarski, the junior. She had a dozen. 9 points for Brenna Graves, 8 for Dakota Soltis, held below her 15 points per game average. 6 apiece for McKenna Graves and Isabel Lenners, who had 3 steals. 3 points for Zoe Lenners, then 2 apiece for Haley Ludke and Isabel Ripplinger. For the PRB Tigers, Mimi Bukers, after her older brother went over 1,000 career points in the boys game, she stars in the second game. She goes for 21 in this matchup, 16 with 2 steals and 2 assists for Sawyer Tulinchek, 8 points, 5 steals, 2 assists for Laura Dahl, 5 points, 4 assists, 2 steals for Brianna Hannikin, 5 points, 3 steals for Ella Dahl, and 4 points for Ariana Burns off the bench, 3 points for Kaylee Johnson. Good match, good game tonight, good balance really from both of these teams as the PRB Tigers get the victory by the final score of 62-48. When we come back, hopefully some interviews, post-game awards coming up for the PRB girls as they get the victory today on yourliveevent.com.
Fuel and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash. Open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
College goes far beyond the buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
We welcome you back for our post-game recap as the Pine River-Backus girls get the win 62-48. You can enjoy seeing the crowds mingling here on this Saturday afternoon after the doubleheader. As joining us first for our post-game award winners is going to be our Pine River Family Market star of the game. Pine River Family Market, your hometown grocery store where you can have it all and still enjoy the local small-town atmosphere. Remember, gallons of milk just 2 for $6 every Wednesday at Pine River Family Market. And our star of the game for the Tigers is going to be the sophomore Mimi Bukers. Mimi, great game today. How exciting was this win for your team?
It was a good one. One for the books for sure.
You knew it would be a good battle. You actually led wire to wire, and they made their comebacks. You were able to answer them. How were you able to just keep fending off the Cardinal comeback?
Yeah, we were just can't get down on yourself in those little lulls. You got to keep playing your game and not get panicked or anything. So.
It was pretty easy to see that even though you guys don't have an exceptionally tall team, you had the advantage against this Upsala team. Mm-hmm. Was that something that early on you wanted to establish between you and Bree down low?
Yeah, we're all about post entries, and if our posts do well, team can do well because we can get in and out looks. So we were really on about that, yeah.
Well, it certainly worked. Now, your older brother goes over 1,000 points in the first game today. Were you thinking to yourself, like, nah, I'm not going to let him have all the spotlight today?
He can't get it all.
But seriously, obviously knowing your family with the years that I've been here, Mimi, how much have he and Robert, how much have those guys taught you and helped your game?
So much. We're always in the gym together. We're always out in our backyard. So I learned a lot from them. So.
This Tigers team is on a nice little uptick. You've won 7 of your last 10. How is it feeling out there as a group of being able to finally get some things on track and getting some of these tough-fought wins?
It's feeling good. We're gaining our confidence back, and yeah, it's been great.
I have to ask you about the game winner against Browerville because I heard the story and I heard it was just a few seconds left. And I also heard that you went off the window. First question, did you call it?
I didn't. I knew it was going to be a big. I was deep, and I was putting a little bit more on that because I had to get it up there. So I knew it was going to be big, but I didn't call it. Should have.
That's right. But tell us about that shot. What was it? One that was it designed for you? Was it just whoever had the ball and had a good look? Tell me what went into the play.
It was designed for me, which I wasn't very happy about at the moment because I wasn't shooting great in the second half. But I got it and I made it. So. Yeah.
And now the confidence is through the roof.
Yeah.
Mimi, outstanding game today. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Mimi Bukers, our star of the game, brought to you by Pine River Family Market. We'll take a quick break because when we come back, we'll talk with Tucker. We still have one more award winner to at least announce for the game. We'll see if we can get her up here. Pine River-Backus girls get the win for 62-48 on yourliveevent.com.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
We are back here for the post-game recap. The Pine River-Backus Tiger girls get the win 62-48. Joining us, Tucker Sheely, head coach of the Tigers. Hard fought, had to keep the Cardinals from coming back a few times. Take us through, Coach, your thoughts on getting a good, tough section win at home today.
Yeah, that was a good section win for us. I thought the girls, we gave up momentum a few times, kind of a lull there in the first half, and then again in the second half, let them back in it, but didn't execute our offense quite as well as I would have liked to start the half. I think we could have probably widened the gap a little bit, but proud of them. It was a mature win for them because they really did. They lost momentum, and then we were able to get it back. And Mimi's been playing really well, so getting her the ball in situations where she can score for us has been helpful. And then I thought our defense was kind of the difference tonight.
Well, defense certainly caused a lot of turnovers. When you look back at now, because I asked you in the pregame about this uptick that this Tigers team now winners of 7 of your last 10, the confidence and the wherewithal to stave off comeback attempts, is that one of the biggest changes from early in the year to now?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, there's a maturity there that wasn't there, and that will come, when you got 2 seniors and then you got a little bit younger crew, playing with them. So, but absolutely, it was fun to see, and it'd be nice if we could convert, in some of those little bit more critical situations earlier in the game, so it's not quite as close at the end. But yeah, really proud of how the girls battled tonight, and despite a couple missed shots here and there, they kept playing with confidence, which is something that we've been working on.
Let's dive into that defensive side now, Coach, because you mentioned it, and you forced, by my count, 31 Upsala turnovers, and you talked about their great point guard. It looked like part of the game plan was tire them out, get them running all over the floor, and your defense, if nothing else, certainly accomplished that.
Well, yeah, that was kind of the deal. If we could get number 2 a little bit frustrated out of her game, she usually runs the show for them, and I think we kind of did that tonight, where she wasn't quite able to run the offense like they normally do through her, and so yeah, girls, credit to the girls for executing the game plan. Laura Dahl was kind of the one that was designated to stay with her, and she did a great job on her tonight, and that definitely, yeah, those turnovers you mentioned led to points for us, and probably the difference in the game.
With your depth, you're not a super deep team, and of course, different games, there's different rotations and how you want to do that. One of the players I thought that did stand out, and again, it's not always about the offensive contribution, but I thought Ariana Burns, she comes in, she's tough, she's hard-nosed, she gets a couple of buckets inside, and defensively, she can help build that wall when a team like Upsala likes to drive to the basket. Talk about the growth of the depth as we're getting into these final couple weeks of the regular season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She plays one half of JV, and I think that's helped her tremendously here this year. I mean, she comes into the varsity games ready to play. She's an undersized post really, and so she does a lot of dirty work down in the rebounding and block and but offensively she's been able to pull the trigger confidently from the outside as well, and had a couple big buckets tonight for us. Usually her issue is foul trouble, but she was able to stay out of that pretty well for us tonight. But no, really good bench contributions for the minutes they were in. Ari, Kaylee Johnson, Aaliyah, and then I think we got Ella Brewer in there for a few minutes, helped us out too. So yeah, just a fun team win and a good day for the girls.
How important is this win now that you have it when you look at the upcoming schedule and some of the challenging games that your squad is going to get a chance and that opportunity to go show what they're made of?
Well, and that's just it. I mean, we've had a little winning streak here, but it has been a little bit different schedule than what we're going to see here these next 2 weeks. So the girls, I think, are prepped for that. We've been getting better and better. Obviously, we're going to give each team our best shot, but our focus will now turn to North Home and figuring out how to neutralize their high power offense.
Coach, congrats on a really fun win here today. Thrilled to be here, and of course we'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
Takashili, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tiger Girls after the 62-48 win here on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll wrap it up with our Enbridge I Bring the Energy Player of the Game Award and the final recap here on Your Live Event.
Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great people.
Devin Kruger welcoming you back for the Pine River-Backus split today with Upsala. The boys for Upsala got the win 80-42. The PRB girls get the win 62-48 as we name our Enbridge I Bring the Energy Player of the Game. And today's Enbridge I Bring the Energy Player of the Game. Unfortunately, she did duck out again because they had a benefit here, an alumni game, and there was a lot of these gals. Tucker was just telling me during the break that they've been here since 8:30 this morning. So they're ready to get out of here, at least some of them. Obviously on screen you see there's still a few that are hanging around. But our Enbridge, I Bring the Energy Player of the Game, Sawyer Tulinchek. 16 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, and again, just one of those players, the motor never stops, flying all over. Great contributions, hit some of those really nice little runners in the lane today. A lot of fun watching her and the Tiger girls get the victory. So she is the Enbridge I Bring the Energy Player of the Game. With the win for this one, the Pine River-Backus girls go to 9-11 overall, 3-6 in section play. As again, they're trying to climb the standings, maybe just enough to get a home playoff game, but some very good challenges for them coming ahead. For Upsala, they fall to 10-10 on the season, 5-4 in section 5A contest. That's going to do it for us. Great doubleheader here today. Obviously, a huge, huge thank you to all of the advertisers and sponsors that you see and hear throughout the broadcasts on YourLiveEvent.com. You can check out the website, YourLiveEvent.com, for that upcoming broadcast schedule. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. For Jester, who got to run the show with the camera and everything, this is Devin Kruger. Have a great rest of your weekend. Let's do this again.